Test, test, hello, hello. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. Hello, sorry. Thank you for the birdie, I appreciate it. Hope you're doing okay. Going to be straightforward and say that I, unfortunately, have a bit of an ear infection going on, which has resulted in the right side of my face swelling up. So if I am slightly less animated in my talking this evening, that's why. Although I have the feeling that once I start to get into the stream, I'll probably forget about it. It's just a little tense right now, so hopefully that goes away and becomes less of an issue soon. I'll just do a little quick intro. Welcome everybody, thank you so much for checking out the stream. If you're new here, welcome, and if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. My name is John, I'm a video game developer. I've been working in the industry for about 10 or so years now, and I have worked on large projects like AAA games and smaller projects like little indie games. I have a specific interest in audio, but in general, I just really appreciate games that are able to have a consistency of direction and tell their story through all aspects of their game. And I think that, you know, Clair Obscur is one of those games. I have no hesitation calling it a masterpiece based on my experience thus far. They do a really wonderful job of telling their story through everything from font and UI choices to level design to like the texture work. Like every single part of the game just has a kind of unified beauty to it that I really appreciate. So we're doing a blind playthrough. We're taking our time. We're trying to focus on looking at the little details in the game and appreciating what it has to offer. If anybody has questions about like sound design related things or video game design related things, please feel free to let me know. And of course, you know, there's always just like the casual hanging out aspect of the stream. It's not just a lecture or anything like that. But yeah, that's basically it. I'm gonna try to go for somewhere between 2.5 to 3.5 hours, something like that, as long as I can keep talking, essentially, because I've been having an amazing time with this. Thank you again, Saria, for the recommendation. I know I mentioned it before, but like I had decided specifically that I was not going to play this game. I had given up on it before I even gave it a chance, and then based on your recommendation, I gave it a chance, and it's become one of my favorites. So thank you again for that. What else? A little friend hanging out down there. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. The game overall has been consistently amazing, and I've been very pleased with it. I feel like every time I think we've seen everything the game has to offer, it just throws something new at us in a good way. So yeah, I continue to be very impressed. Oh yeah, thank you. I think I'll feel better. I went to the doctor and he was very willing to like take the nuke it from orbit approach. Like I have 3 different things that I'm doing to try to help. I can't say that I'm feeling better yet, but I do remain pretty optimistic overall. But I mean, already as I'm going in here, like, I love how I haven't deciphered the lore or whatever behind why everything in here looks like cloth or why the cloth has this particularly flowing, inky look to it. But regardless of whether or not I'm able to pull apart the lore, the fact that these bits of cloth have taken over so much of this environment and are such an intricately woven part of it and are now kind of being repurposed as a form of life is great, right? Because they could have just put a flower of some kind here, but they specifically made the choice to design it in this particular way. And look at how it ebbs and flows, and look at the ripples in it, and how the texture is also moving, like as well as the individual like leaves of it, so to speak. It's really brilliant. And even down here, it's like blurring the line between organic and inorganic, which is something that the game seems very eager to explore overall. So just a really wonderful addition as usual. Now, thus far, I haven't personally been as big a fan of the pétanque stuff because, I don't know, even with its Souls games in general, I don't like I really hate the crystal lizards because I feel like I'm always missing out on something and doing something wrong. So I do find these guys really annoying, maybe just because I'm not creative enough to know how to deal with them properly, I guess. But yeah, not the world's biggest fan of the pétanques, but that's okay. Just gonna chase him around for a minute and see if I can figure something out. Oh, maybe. I think I just lucked into it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. That works. I do absolutely love the sound design. It sounds like a cross between a squirrel and like a Mbira or something like that. That's great. Okay, now let's see if I can actually figure out how to deal with this, because last time... Oh shit, I really need to start equipping the shield breaking attack for Mael, but let's do this. Let's get rid of the shields. 4, 5. I don't have all that much left, however. Maybe I can slow him down somehow? No, probably not. Okay, so let's do Spark after this. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to do much, but we'll try. Not bad. Oh, I got 2 back as well. Okay, so in that case, I'll just do this. 1, 2, and then I will attack. Oh, you know what? I'm actually going to give myself an energy potion, because then, remember where to access it, I might be able to finish him on the next turn if I'm lucky. Okay, so let's see. What's the most amount of damage I can do with this? Probably Light Holder. So let me hit him once with this, and then let me try Light Holder. Alright, here we go. Wasn't great. Alright, as for you, I can actually start with a Spectral Sweep. Okay. I think I really need to just master that particular counter, and I don't really know how to predict it at the moment. Oh well. Alright, let's see. 1, 2, and I have 6, so I should be able to do Flurry of Fury. I'm stanceless, but it's not like it's going to do nothing. Oh, and I have the mark too, that's great. Okay, I think I got this. This is going way better than the last time. Still not ideal, but I think I'll have just enough to handle it. So she's at 1. And yeah, it's gonna be close. I think I'm gonna do that again though. I think I'm going to go ahead and give this to Mael, and she'll finish them off next time. Oh, for fuck's sake. I really need to start just equipping her with that shield shredding ability. I just don't see it being useful all the time. There we go. That helps. Oh, it only takes 1 shield. Oh, but she's got a gradient. Okay, so we'll be fine. Okay, so does my gradient attack actually get rid of shields? No. It does 5 hits. Okay, so do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'll just see if I can get a gradient finish. It's kind of hilarious that the gradient finish doesn't even do as much as my normal shit. There we go. Nice, okay. That actually was quite a nice little diversion. I do hope we get some more lore on those things, because right now I'm not exactly sure what to make of them. Well, these things are so beautiful and creepy at the same time. Alright, let's see what you got, little buddy. Okay. We got a fight. Awesome. Obviously, Mael. It's funny, I was kind of expecting to, for Monaco to be my favorite character to play as, because I really like the idea of like going around and collecting items, and maybe or collecting different attacks from different enemies and stuff, and maybe I just need to spend some more time with him. But so far I felt the least inclined to play with him. I'm not sure why. Something about his skill set isn't really clicking for me. I think I need to have like a second playthrough going on the side where I like mess around with his stuff a little bit more. Okay. Speed and critical, 15% to powerful damage increase. It could be good. Plus 1 AP on base attack, that's also okay. But I don't want to be using base attack unless I actually absolutely have to. Mark requires 1 more hit to be removed. Oh, that could be very useful. Let's see. Chantenum. On turn start of stat listed. Okay. So this is the first one that's come along in a while that kind of makes me think about switching away from the other one. So this could make a fire build more viable, but I do kind of like the massive burst of damage that we're getting now. So I think I'll take this. I'll take these 3, obviously. But I think for now, I'm not going to swap it up. Resplendent Chroma. Yeah, I need those, obviously, but let me think. Speed, 236. That's pretty good. Critical rate of 23% is really good. Defense and speed. Yeah, I think I can probably afford... I don't really need this as much. I'll get this, and then I'll just get some more resplendence. I can upgrade more stuff. Okay, that's fair. Alrighty. Yeah, finesse et précision. I love the lines. Do you know what Verso is saying when he I feel like he was like taunting the enemy just there for a second. Like something about your existence is pointless or something like that. I didn't quite hear it though. Okay, so I'm looking forward to fighting the Axon in a little bit here. Should be a lot of fun. I don't know if you'll stop by this evening, Darth Magog, but anybody who is checking out the stream, do me a favor and check out our buddy Darth Magog's channel. He just started a channel recently called Darth Magog Gaming, and I'm sorry, I'm still kind of lagging behind. I have a bunch of your videos to catch up on, but I've been really enjoying the stuff that I've seen so far. The Battlefront 2, like ship vehicle analyses and stuff, is really, really cool. I'm hoping that that game is still... How do I get over there? In a state where people are kind of keeping it alive, but I'm sure that content creators like yourself are going to help keep life being breathed into it, if that makes sense. So that's really good to see. And congratulations, was it 300 subs that you got to recently? That was awesome to see, so congratulations again on that. I'm also looking forward to, shout out to the Walkie Talkie Podcast boys. I know I've been saying forever that I will show up and have a discussion. I'm not always sure like what to say to get the conversation started, but I do want to stop by sometime. I was seeing... Why can't I just go there? I was seeing that they had Sage of Thick Calves on, which was cool to see. I was enjoying the discussion about the whole noodles drama, which is just like, some things never change. You know, I noticed the other day that I was that I had created my like Itachi versus Pain video. I uploaded it something like 2 years ago, and it's weird because so much has happened in the past couple of years that passage of time doesn't seem real. Like, it's hard for me to believe that 2 full years have already passed, but it's true. And overall, like, a lot has changed, but also kind of nothing has changed also. You know, like, I remember when I uploaded that first video about, I did the first multiversal video. I was like, I kind of feel silly because this is a response to a video that Noodles did like 4 years ago, and nobody's really talking about this anymore. But I find it interesting, and maybe it'll be helpful. And then, I don't know if it's just coincidence or whatever, but over the past few weeks, I've been seeing quite a lot of content on that same subject. People are still talking about it, but it's the same exact arguments that have been talked about over and over and over again. And it's like, some things just really get stuck, you know, for whatever reason. And on the one hand, it's kind of interesting to think about, like, well, why is that? Why do those ideas appeal to people? Why do they get stuck and become like memes in the community's collective subconscious or whatever? But also, like, a rhetorical question of why the fuck are we still doing this, you know, like, after all this time. But I don't know, I'm grateful, you know, I'm grateful that I live in a time where we have a community that is online that can connect across age groups and across geographic locations and stuff like that to talk about this silly little kid with a fox inside him. And that series and that concept has been so appealing to so many people across the generations. I mean, like, I have a 3-hour-long video in my watch later queue that's just maybe somebody in the server recommended it, that was just like a queer analysis of like the gay love and gay romance in Naruto. Like, somebody loves the series. Talk about me like nitpicking a debate. Like, somebody loved the series so much and resonated with it so much that they created a 3-hour-long analysis of the love and the romance and the subtext between these characters. Even though the series ended decades, I think decade plural ago, not including Boruto. And all the different spin-offs and stuff like the games and movies and stuff that I think people, myself, have discounted for a long time, are more examples of people expanding on, exploring, and celebrating the universe. And that makes me think like, okay, I really, really hope that like Clair Obscur gets a TV series or something. Like the world needs more time spent in and with it. I would even like if they had a Kickstarter, I would like help fund it immediately. I would have no hesitation about that. But also, you know, what's the expression? Too many cooks in the kitchen or whatever. The more people start to mess with something, obviously people's different ideas and interpretations and all that kind of get wrapped up in it, and things can change sometimes quite drastically just with the input of a new creative group. Sometimes that's for the better, sometimes not so much. So like I like parts of Boruto as an example, but also the aesthetic is very, very different. The feel, the vibe, the themes are very, very different. Not saying that they're better or worse, good or bad. I'm just saying they're very different. And if you're craving that very specific Naruto, like early Naruto vibe, it's just not there anymore. Like early Naruto is a series that was that had its day in the sun. It the creator said what he wanted to say, I hope, and then like we've moved on. You know, we're never going back to that, as far as I can tell. So anyway, none of that is directly relevant to this game. Just that, I mean, it will be if they sort of branch off and start doing their own thing with an expanded universe or whatnot. But yeah, that's the other thing too. One of the things I'm looking forward to when I'm done playing the game is going through and like making my way through this backlog of videos that I have about people like analyzing the game. I think Skill Up has like an hour-long review, like singing the game's praises. I think Laura Fryer has a video called, I think I mentioned this before, like how Sandfall saved the gaming industry. And but then they have another one that's called like the price of success. And I was like, oh no, are they going through some trials and tribulations now as a result of their success? Because now, like before, they were like the scrappy new team that was trying out some new ideas and taking some bold risks and stuff like that, right? And that comes with its own like complete set of challenges and trials and tribulations. But then also like being, you know, having already like saved the industry, now you're expected to surpass yourself. Like nobody's going to be impressed with you unfortunately, even though maybe they should be, if you just wind up doing what you did before again, right? Like recover 25%. Ooh, nice. That's actually pretty great. I'm gonna have to look into that. Who should I put that on? I definitely want that Lumina. One second. Let's put that on CL because she winds up getting like needing the healing anyway. So energizing start, healing parry. Let's put that on her for now. Where is it? Healing fire. Well, 395 and 152. Okay, so now that's actually, it's actually probably better to put it on here, even though she's losing 1 AP at the start. Okay. Alrighty. I'm glad I made the little detour there. But so yeah. Forget where I was going with all that. Just that the stresses, the trials and tribulations of creating the expectations are now so much higher. So in a sense, it might be exponentially harder to make Clair Obscur 2 than it was to make this one. I don't think that's literally true, though. I think it's probably more like a very different set of challenges. And it'll be interesting to see. I do have faith that they'll be able to keep it up, but man, the pressure is just so much. You know, I worked at a company that had that kind of pressure and that kind of expectations, and it really did like cause so many problems, which I can talk about separately if you guys want. Anyway, let me catch up on chat. Sorry says the latest video where he was giving tips was really nice. I don't play the game, but I enjoy taking in the information anyway. Yeah, I really like it when he compares the different ships, because then he's talking about like the different types of like mechanical designs as well as their, you know, ooh, this is so beautiful. They're bringing in the music in the background. 1 second. That was so good. It was so subtle. Oh wow, and this tunnel is fucking gorgeous too. Oh my god. How the fuck did they, like, seriously, I keep having to say, like, how did they do this? It's kind of mind-blowing how they managed to continuously make things so beautiful. Genuinely, their art team is like insane. Um, but yeah, I something that I really like doing is I like listening to tier lists, even of games that I'm not like that into, because I just nice. I just like listening to how people personally like rank and compare and evaluate and analyze things, and it gives me a sense of the overall like structure and strengths and weaknesses of the systems and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Oh hey Loha, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Loha says, "Is it really feasible for a modern game to spawn shows and such? I like at most I'd expect a sequel or for the studio to make an entirely different game. Yeah, it really depends. So like Fallout, right? The franchise is owned by Bethesda, and they made a Fallout TV show that came out recently, which I think was really good. I'm not a huge Fallout fan. I've only ever played Fallout New Vegas, really for more than a dozen hours. I put like 50 or 60 hours into that for sure. But I love that game for what it does, and I think it's one of the best RPGs that I've played. And I hated Fallout 4. Like, no offense if you like Fallout 4, I'm not saying you're stupid or anything, but just like, I personally have massive fucking problems with that game. And it kind of like soured me on Bethesda as a company, which is fucked up because like I grew up with Bethesda being like one of my favorites. Like Morrowind is one of my favorite games of all time. But they obviously have like, I forget if Bethesda is like merged with Microsoft or something now. I can't remember, but basically, Bethesda has as a publishing company, not just Bethesda Softworks, like the actual like ZeniMax, right? Like they obviously have a lot of muscle behind them, and so I think they probably feel incentivized to build out a Fallout universe rather than just continue making a Fallout game. But like Shovel Knight, or not Shovel Knight, Hollow Knight, if the Hollow Knight people wanted to make a movie, they would need to get funding for that. Like they wouldn't be paying for it themselves. And so I I don't think it's impossible. I mean, they made a fucking Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Actually, there's a sequel coming out. So it's definitely possible. But yeah, I think the logistics of doing so would be more difficult. And honestly, I think if the team themselves don't have like good legal representation, I think they could get exploited. Like the producers and publishers of movies have no interest most of the time in preserving the integrity of the game. They just want to make some money off of something that already has clout. But there are some good examples of game adaptations. Arcane is one of my favorite TV shows ever, like period. So I think it's one of the best pieces of TV ever produced, and it's based on one of the worst video games of all time. So it can be done. Saria says, Loha, there's a lot of talk in the movie industry. Yeah. Oh, you mean specifically about Clair Obscur? I fucking anything. I think honestly, graphic novels might also be a good way to just expand the universe and explore it a little bit more. Because that's something where like I've been reading some of the Halo graphic novels, and there was a Bloodborne graphic novel. There's other things like that where like you can commission an artist who is passionate about the project and who understands the vision to create something that still feels their own without having to spend as much and having as much pressure as like a big like blockbuster Hollywood production or something, right? And you can allow for more creative freedom and experimentation within that medium too, because there's less at stake, I think, in terms like financially.
Luc, Expédition 67. Nous sommes à court d'explosifs, mais nous avons fait suffisamment de trous dans le coin pour atteindre la femme colossale au centre. Sauf qu'il se passe quelque chose de louche. Nous sommes tous envahis par des émotions étranges, comme si nous étions à la fois nous et pas nous. Marguerite pense que nous percevons l'agitation de cette géante qui ne parvient pas à la contenir. Je crois bien qu'elle a parlé de détresse empathique, comme si les pensées et sentiments qui se bousculent dans son esprit inondaient les environs. C'est peut-être bien ça, oui. Et peut-être que nous allons rester ici pour profiter de cette mélodie.
I feel like I heard somebody say bouscule, and I thought bouscule. The only reason I know the word bouscule is because when I was playing Golden Sun, I have this vague memory of playing Golden Sun and trying to like go up to boulders and push them out of the way, and getting a prompt that says "Tu ne peux pas le bousculer." I think we talked about that before, so that's funny. But yeah, the concept of empathy as something that is, I mean, like it's weird, right? Because empathy obviously is like antithetical to violence, but at the same time, using empathy as a weapon to stop violence is a really interesting concept. I don't know if that's specifically what the dancer is doing over here. It seems like that might, like, people empathizing with her and being flooded by her emotions might have led to their death. So that's such a deeply, bitterly ironic concept. Like, empathy itself being the solution to violence, but also causing violence for another reason or something like that. Like, I'm not articulating it very well, but like, what a fucking awesome idea to just put in like a little quote unquote throwaway line of dialogue. It's not throwaway at all, but you know, it's like it's a minor thing. Oh hey Rioman, how's it going? Hoping you're having a good night this evening. Thank you so much for checking out the stream. How you doing? Sorry, it says, yeah, that's what Zelda did. The Zelda manga exist, or all exist to fill in gaps. They aren't one-to-one adaptations, but they're there to help us better theorize and understand the better idea of things. Yeah, I like that a lot. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, let me just do a quick scan over here. I'm not going to spend too much time, but since we're here, probably won't hurt to just update things a little bit. Okay. And then, and skills. So sorry, if this is a spoiler, obviously you don't have to answer. Oh, 1 second. Ooh, nice. Each hit deals damage in a random element for 4? Oh, can only be cast with... Okay, that's a little bit trickier. I'm going to leave her alone for now. I do want to start putting more points in this, but I think it's just going to wind up going... This ability is literally called Hell. Wonderful. So let's see. For you, for 6, what do you got? Start giving you some new things, I suppose. Low single target damage, uses weapons element. I don't really need to worry about that right now. I think, yeah, I was going for Endbringer, so I'm going to wait for that. Sorry, okay, Mael, I'm sure, I hope you take that as a compliment. Mael has 3, so nothing really to worry about there. Monoko, sorry friend, but I'll work on you when we get back to the continent. And as for CL, let's see. I think I was saving up for this, right? So yeah, I think I'm gonna keep saving up. Okay. Let's see. I think that's it. Let's just rest up and get ready to go. Saria says, same with the Metroid manga and novels. I'd like to read Expedition 33 novels. I'd love seeing something as simple as how other expeditions planted grapple points for future expeditions. Yeah, if I was an author, like, you know, I've done some writing, but nothing on that level.
Elle attend au bout de ce tunnel.
Alors préparons-nous avant d'entrer.
I would love to be able to do something like that contributes to this universe.
Elle est encore plus impressionnante que je ne le pensais.
Oh well.
Lune, ça va?
Je jurerais avoir déjà vu cette danse.
I do want to ask you one question, Saria, and if this is a spoiler, you don't have to answer. In fact, you probably shouldn't. But has it been explained, like, why our characters are leveling up? Because I thought that the whole point of the Lumina converter was not just to, like, let us equip more Pictos or whatever, or like the Lumina from the Pictos. I thought it was specifically, like, helping us level up and get stronger, and that's why our expedition had a better shot, because we have the Lumina converter and other people don't. But I don't even see it on Verso anymore, unless it's on Mael. I'm not seeing it there either. So I'm curious, is there like a diegetic explanation for how leveling up works? Like souls in Dark Souls are being made into strength, right? Via the Firekeeper, something like that. She said anime. This is the crossover with Naruto I've been waiting for. Wow, what a fucking incredible build up though. Shouldn't be joking over it. I really have no desire to kill this thing. Fucking incredibly beautiful. Also, it makes me wonder, this sounds like the exact same voice as the one we've heard singing in the background thus far. I doubt that they're gonna do this. It would be super fucking cool if they remove the vocal track from the background music when we go back to the continent if we kill this thing. And then it turns out that the singing that we've been hearing wasn't just like non-diegetic stuff. It was literally her singing the entire time. Now, I'm not going to hold it against them. if they don't do that, but holy shit, would that be awesome. I really hope they do something like that. Also, very curious to know about the scattering of the petals all over the place and if that relates to the gommage. Oh, what the fuck? Hmm. God, that transition was so fucking good. Oh my god. So, I mean, like, again, I don't pretend to understand the lore just yet, but that was such a great bit of silent characterization and storytelling when, like, they got to Verso and, like, either he didn't have somebody that he was longing for or that it was brought up, or there just wasn't anybody there to bring up, and he just, like, stared her down, and the Sirène almost looked, like, surprised about it, and then that's kind of what initiated the attack, and then the attack itself begun with a recreation of the gommage. So she's, like, almost implying, yeah, I can give you back these things that you love, but I can also take them away. So you have this quick moment where it's like, oh, you know, maybe if I can just be with the people that I love, I can go back with them, I can reconnect with them or something like that, then everything will be okay. There's the temptation setting in, there's the empathy, there's like the allure of the siren's call, but then in an instant you realize, oh no, like the tone of this can change dramatically in just a second, and all of that happens. I've been seeing these meme videos going around that says like 0% language comprehension, 100% emotional comprehension or something like that, and it'll be like somebody getting his truck stuck and complaining about it as like the wheels fall off or something like that in a foreign language that you can't understand, but you know exactly what's going on in his head. This is like the serious art version of that, if that makes any sense. That's actually really hard to do. It did a really, really good job. Loa said, I have a hard time not holding it against them when writers, devs miss such great opportunities. Yeah, that's totally understandable. It's just that I think sometimes the risk, especially if you're like a very passionate person or like a very creative person or both or whatever, is just like if you envision a piece of art a certain way and then it turns out that the people who made the art didn't happen to envision it the same way, it's tempting to see it as a mistake. And plenty of times there may be a mistake that's objectively true or something, but it's not the case that just because you had a different idea that is a mistake, if that makes sense. And so like I don't have the full context, and it's also possible that they just didn't think of it. Like maybe they thought of it and then they didn't do it at all, or maybe they wanted to do it and it was cut, or maybe it just didn't occur to them. Like I hope that I'm a decently smart person. I try to be perceptive. I try to like do research on things when I make videos about them, but I've made big mistakes before, and it's just been like things that I didn't think of, and then somebody says, hey, why didn't you do this? And I'm like, oh fuck me, I should have done that. I should have done that years ago. Why didn't I think of that? You know, it's like that kind of thing. So Alright, let me see. Probably gonna start off with the good old flurry. Damn, okay. Dances. Oh, the glusandos. Okay, sure, why not? What the hell? Can I block this? Ah, shit. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Okay. Well, I think since I'm in offensive, I might as well just go into spark. Oh, I forgot about the sword ballet. Shit. Okay, I gotta actually use that ever. Let's see. Okay, so weak to dark. That's good to know. Shit. Oh, right. So we didn't kill that guy before, so it's going to be slightly annoying. Wow, it is really hard to read those attacks. This is not going very well. I think I'm gonna need to go back and like really apply that shield. Wow, there's a whole lot going on here. The shield breaking attack. Hello, friend. Can you stop? Ooh. Okay, I'm trying desperately to do literally anything. What the fuck did I just hit? It was fucking awful. Oh my god. I hope that they don't like keep doing those like extended cutscene moves. I remember in old Lumiere Cesar, you were given hints that another expedition killed some of the Axon. They're just fairly strong. In fact, it's not just you. Remember that the reason you're seeing all these checkpoints and diaries is because other expeditions made it further than you currently are. That makes sense, yeah. So, I guess I'm reading a little bit too much into that particular mechanic. That's fine. Okay, so let me remember that I actually have this. That's a much better start. Okay, it felt before like the audio cues were a little bit desynced from the attack, so I have to go a little bit earlier. Fucking troll. Yeah, they're putting like a little extra whiz at the start, which is delightful. Switches to virtual stance if burning. Okay, so let's get some fire going. Okay, and I think dark damage. Let's see, spectral sweep. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay, not bad. And same thing with you. Let's see, I think I have. So a lot of this shit does light damage, low physical damage. So yeah, I think I'm guessing that the light is not going to be to my advantage, so I should have brought more physical attacks for him. So in the meantime, I think I'm just going to focus on... Can I actually do any damage with this? Not really, not meaningfully. So I think I'll just... Well, this is going to help me... yeah, I'll just do Assault 0. That makes sense. Okay. Start to build up some of my perfection meter. I mean, it's not like that does nothing.
Okay.
Rinnegan Sasuke versus No Limiter Code. Oh no. Wait 1 second. What the fuck? This is gonna be a problem. Okay, good. So I can't actually parry that sometimes. Oh, again with this. It's so hard to... I don't understand what I'm doing wrong with the timing there, but okay. Renegade Sasuke versus... Yeah, so I feel like no limiter code is... Like, didn't code beat up Sasuke? Isn't that kind of why he's in the tree? I don't remember. I thought the implication was kind of that code was meant to be like way above Sasuke. But I don't have a problem with your scaling. Power scaling is part of the boss fight, yeah. Well, I'm gonna try something incredibly stupid. What, 2 hits? No, I'll just okay, I'm probably not gonna win this time, but I'm gonna use the revived hints to buy myself some time and like learn the skills. So let's see how this goes. Let's see. Okay. Okay, I'm sort of starting to get it. That doesn't feel very fair to me. That feels pretty cheap. That one feels fine because I can like kind of predict when it's going to happen. Let's see. 2 damage, 2 damage, 2 to 6 hits. Okay, so let me do this. 1, 2. So I need to actually like try and get some fucking work done here. Okay. Of course, the fucking shields come right back. It was Sasuke with 1 eye, and I think there are implications of Code being weaker in even that fight. It's entirely possible. I honestly don't have a great take on that, but I'd be happy to hear your take on it if you have more thoughts. It's so hard to read these attacks. What the fuck is wrong with me? I do like that they're using like seduction and charm, as annoying as it is as a mechanic to deal with. I do like that that's being actively used as a part of the fight. So I think, as silly as it is, I'm just going to do this. Okay. And then try that. Because the fire actually is nice to have like behind the shield, so to speak. Yeah, it's definitely... Oh, right, they're called glissandos. I don't know how the fuck I'm supposed to deal with that, but okay, sure, why not? And just not gonna parry that, okay. It's just, okay, wonderful. It's going great. Oh my god. This is gonna be tough. So yeah, the one criticism that I have with the battle system thus far is a criticism that I'm not even like 100% sure is their fault, but I like trying to be fair. I just don't understand sometimes why I'm not succeeding at parrying certain attacks. You know what I mean? Like, I genuinely feel like I'm doing the right thing. I am listening very carefully for the audio cues. I'm watching the screen as carefully as possible. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. I just don't get it. And I'm not getting enough feedback for that, is what it feels like. Specifically with these attacks here. Like, I get it, I'm supposed to parry when they dash in front of me, but I'm listening for the cue and it's just not lining up. Like that one. Yeah, I'm genuinely trying. I don't really understand what's going on there, but okay. It's fine. I'll figure it out. So yeah, let's get the burning stacks as soon as possible. Loon might actually be a better choice here to keep as a heal bot, because the whatchamacallit, the ability that lets her constantly like the fire damage and then the healing over time might be better than CL. Although the weakness to dark damage is definitely a positive, just overall, yeah. So I wanna try this to see. This is probably gonna absorb, and I'm probably gonna screw myself. I just want to make sure. Oh, resistant. Okay, so it's not nothing. It's just resistant. I just didn't want to be healing him. It's entirely possible that Code escaped from that fight because it's stated several times that Code is a psycho who kills everyone no matter what. Oh, it's possible, yeah. Do I have any anti-charm Pictos? I might. Might be worth taking a look. It's a good point. One sec. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And again with this, just so many attacks. Oh my god. Yeah, I just don't understand what I'm doing wrong there, but that's okay.
Tu ne m'échapperas pas.
Right, now back in Virtuous. And now do this. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely doing something. So let me just keep doing this one. And it might make sense to make him into, like, to buff him up with his, what do you call them? Like the aimed shot attacks.
L'expédition désastreuse, hein?
L'expédition désastreuse.
Attention.
Oh, it's a gradient attack.
Vas-y, essaie.
Okay. Okay, parried that one. It's good. We'll just heal up this turn. Yeah, let's just heal. Oh, I should have burst through. Okay, let me see if I can actually block it this time. Okay, I sort of did something there. Okay, there we go. Not bad. Stop it. He gets fucking 5 attacks to my every one. Okay. Shit. Okay, I'll just do this. And then I'll do this, and I think that will work. I'm just gonna keep doing that until I burn her down. Yep, this is working. Somehow. It's really fucking goofy, but it's working. Oh, well, I had to open my fucking mouth. What the fuck is that? Oh, okay. Hello, friends. Oh, they have the same, like, face masks as the Glissandos. I didn't realize that. That's cool. Damn it. Missed my cue there. Oh my god. That is such a troll move. Stop. Okay. What the fuck? How come that didn't work? She just attacked herself. Wonderful. Yeah, maybe. Okay, maybe I should have fucking dealt with that. Dealt with the T-Cell before. Oh my god. Is it, what was that? What the fuck? Okay, I'm sending in the reserve team. That was fucking weird. I don't understand why that happened.
Faites attention.
Okay, at least I did something there. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, parry. Oh, she does a second one. It's just the second one doesn't have audio cues associated with it. Okay, sure. Thanks for that. High fire damage, 3 hits, damage increased against burning targets, medium physical damage to all enemies, applies regen to all allies. Let's try that one.
Je préfère ça.
Okay, this is not working. And I did hit jump. Oh, of course, because she's charmed. Sorry. Okay, let's see if I can actually do it this time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It is really not nice that they didn't play the audio cue on that second one. What did she just attack there? She attacked herself? That was weird. Okay, let's see if I can burn through some shields. 1, 2, 3. Do I have anything where I can just... What are my skills right now? I'm on green. Screw it. This probably isn't going to do... Oh, I should have done the shield piercing thing. Fuck it. This is a bad idea, but I want to do it anyway. Actually, that could have gone worse. It could have gone worse. Okay, I just need to survive this somehow. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna ignore chat for a second because I really need to focus on this. So sorry for the delay. Okay, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Ooh, okay. Monaco for the win. Not bad, not bad. I didn't like I didn't like that boss fight very much, honestly. I felt like the spectacle and the presentation was really lovely, but they threw so much at us, and it was so, I don't know, inconsistent with the timing and everything that I just didn't feel like I was getting a whole lot out of it. It felt like a crapshoot. But I guess sometimes it feels nice to be pressured to the point where you have to like pull out all the stops, and very rarely do I use the whole expedition like that. So it was kind of cool. But it was also, I don't know. I have to sit on that one for a while. I'm not sure how I feel about it. But let me catch up real quick. Ryomen says, the main argument for Code over Rinnegan, Sasuke, and Naruto before their nerfs is that he stayed to be above Jigen. Oh, that makes sense. So do you think if he's above Jigen that means he's above Ishiki as well? Because I think the general consensus is that Ishiki is like overall stronger than Jigen. He just like can't like stay alive for as long because he's not doesn't have a full Otsutsuki body or whatever to go back into. But if that's the case, then yeah, I think that chain would work. Can you save that crazy strong move you use at the start of a fight till the end to skip the Shirens and rage? That actually would probably be smart. I should have done that. That's a good idea. Saria says, if it helps, I typically count in my head when it comes to pairing so that when I learn a pattern I can count. Yeah, I was trying to. I clearly just wasn't doing a very good job. Oh well. But I appreciate the suggestion. That was a beautiful finish there. I was terrified something was about to happen to Loon.
Moi? Vous voulez que ce soit moi qui vous le donne?
Pourquoi?
C'était... J'ai vu...
Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé?
J'ai... C'était... Renoir?
Moi aussi, je le voyais dans mes cauchemars. Il peut être assez traumatisant.
That was interesting. I'm sure that won't be a problem later. Jigen was amped by the Ten Tails, says Ryomen, more than usually when he fought Naruto and Sasuke, so I don't think Amado, who stated code was over Jigen, had any way of knowing about that. Oh yeah, I feel like I was just hearing somebody talk about that recently. I think, was it Abstract Section or somebody? But yeah, that makes sense. He did know that Jigen beat Naruto and Sasuke, but it's directly stated that Kara's files didn't have accurate level of knowledge when it comes to Naruto's abilities. So I don't think the statement for code over Naruto and Jigen actually put him above them. Jigen was also mainly winning because he can absorb their ninjutsu and code can't. Oh, that's a good point. You know, I have to... This is very silly, but whatever. I have to give that some more thought. That makes sense, though, intuitively. Let's see. Let's see, what does this do? Extend Twilight by 1 turn on using a moon skill. Oh, that is kind of crazy. 50% Twilight damage increase on using a sun skill. Yeah. Okay, we're going with this. It seems pretty broken. That's awesome. Okay. And does Loon have anything new? So she's got this, which gives her an additional light stain, which honestly is pretty broken when you just consider that like having light stains available at all is just amazing. But healing, this also does that, but it's level 10 and generates an ice stain at the beginning of the turn. Oh, whoops. Consuming a light stain placed slow to a random enemy. That's pretty good too. Gradient attacked. And then this one is really high powerful. 50% chance to generate a dark stain when consuming stains. Deal 50% more damage with skills per active dark stain. Okay. That's actually pretty crazy. Base attacks can consume 1 dark stain to deal 200% more damage. So, right, I was gonna play with that and see if like the dark stains were also being consumed like light stains for like colorless essentially. Free aim shots deal damage to an additional random target. 50% increased free aim damage. Not bad. Healing skills cost 1 less. To drain a light stain when consuming stains. 1 AP on consuming light stain. This actually might be even better just in terms of like... Okay, I think I want to switch to Loon from CL for a little while, and I think I want to try to mess with some of her stuff. Yeah, with 4 active dark stains, any skill can consume them to deal 300% more damage. That's kind of crazy. But, and this 20% increased damage with skills per active light stain, that's pretty cool too. So yeah, I think I need to play around with her a little bit, see what I can do with her. But let's go and do some plot stuff first, and we'll get back to it. Hello.
Je connais ce regard. Qu'est-ce qui me met de mauvaise humeur?
I don't know why the F came up. Press F to esquier.
Ces méduses.
Oui, et quoi? Tu es jaloux? Mais pourquoi?
Je suis censé voler, moi aussi.
Dans ce cas, il faudrait peut-être que tu commences par arrêter de perdre tes pierres, tu crois pas? Et comment tu te débrouilles pour y arriver d'abord? Tu les avales bien, non?
Oui, mais des fois,
He throws them up.
je n'arrive pas à me contrôler et...
Ah, ouais, je vois. C'est vrai que c'est pas simple.
C'est...
Oui.
Okay, so no more
Déjà vu.
relationship moments with him right now.
Ah, ouais.
Okay, let's see. Let's just go through the list. Taking on Monaco first.
Tu avais raison à propos de ces jeunes femmes. Elles sont très impressionnantes.
Yeah, that's another thing where it's not a big deal to me, but like, so he said de ces jeunes femmes, which means of these young women, and instead in the English they changed it to those expeditioners. I don't think that's a problem necessarily. Both feel correct, but why? Like, why was that choice made? I'm very curious.
Elle commence à te plaire, pas vrai?
Peut-être.
Je sais bien que oui.
Can't help but feeling like something was lost in translation just a little bit.
Cheveux.
What the fuck?
Tu me crois vraiment assez stupide.
I was not
pour laisser faire?
not expecting that to what was gonna go on, but okay.
Juste pour les raccourcir un peu. Tatinia, c'est une vraie forêt vierge.
C'est toi qui me dis ça? Non, mais tu t'es regardé dans un miroir récemment?
Et puis le sujet, c'est toi.
Yeah, the Lune. Yeah, that's exactly. That is the elemental incarnation of why was that choice made.
Je ne crois pas t'avoir demandé ton avis. Et de toute façon,
I also love that like we're getting like a sultry romantic saxophone ambient backing track to the scene where we get to cut Monaco's hair.
Arrête un peu de râler. Un minimum de style te ferait le plus grand bien.
toi d'abord alors.
Bon, d'accord.
If this unlocks a new outfit for us, it'll be great.
Finalement, ce n'est pas si mal que ça. Ok, je suis partant. Fais-toi plaisir.
And now we unlock Monaco styles. That would be,
Je
oh my god, that's actually really cool.
Génial. Voilà qu'on a l'air de jumeaux maintenant.
Verso and Monaco are now bound by a manly love of style. I think probably you can remove the last two words in that sentence and it would still be true. That's very cute. I like that. I will be very happy if they also now unlock the ability to like customize Monaco's appearance. As a tradition, they now spend too much time arguing over who looks better before heading back to the others. Yes, okay. Monaco 2 now, please? Okay, good. See, that's great. That's exactly what I wanted. Good job, guys.
Toi aussi, tu fais des cauchemars? À propos de Renoir?
Cauchemar is an interesting word, too.
Il est difficile à oublier.
Ouais.
À Lumière, est-ce que tes parents ont choisi ton nom?
J'imagine que oui. Pourquoi?
Parce que Maël signifie chef ou prince ou princesse, j'imagine.
Is that true, Saria?
Qu'est-ce que tu racontes?
C'est le sens de ton prénom.
Oh. Et qu'est-ce qui t'y a fait penser?
Tu disais être une surprise malvenue, mais je pense que même si ta naissance était imprévue, tes parents, rien que le nom qu'ils t'ont donné, montre combien tu comptais à leurs yeux.
I'm not gonna say what my what my real name is on stream, but I will say that my mom named me after a bird, and the specific bird she was hoping it's like part of a myth, and she was hoping that the that I would have a attribute like the bird, so like a phoenix, right? My name is not Phoenix, but it was something vaguely similar to that, where she's like, you know, the phoenix rises from the ashes and can renew himself after trials and tribulations or something like that. It's something vaguely like that. So I grew up feeling like the importance of names was kind of a big deal, and my mom was part of this tradition where she would give people like her, like my grandmère, like grand-mère, excuse me, would also like pass that down and stuff like that. So like my mom's name was similarly something that had a lot of value behind it from my grandmother.
Et le genre de vie dont il rêvait pour toi.
Chef, on dirait qu'ils avaient de plus hautes aspirations pour moi que je n'en ai jamais eu.
Pourquoi? À quoi tu rêvais étant plus jeune?
À rien du tout.
Tu espérais forcément quelque chose de l'avenir, non?
Non. Tout ce que je voulais dans le temps, c'était quitter Lumière et voir un peu du monde avant mon gommage.
Eh bien, le moins qu'on puisse dire, c'est que tu as réussi. Et maintenant, à quoi tu aspires?
Aucune idée. Je suis encore en train d'y réfléchir. Et toi? Qu'est-ce que tu voudrais?
Ce que je voudrais? Je pense que moi non plus, je ne sais pas vraiment.
Dans ce cas, qu'est-ce que tu voulais avant?
Jouer de la musique.
C'est vrai?
Oui. Avant la fracture, j'étudiais le piano au conservatoire.
Interesting. Okay.
J'adorais ça. Ça me manque de jouer en concert.
So is it gonna turn out that the piano in the conservatory or whatever it's called is his, in the mansion is his? Sorry says you're going to love what happens with Monaco later. Interesting. I'm intrigued. Sorry says my last name basically means mighty. So whenever I'm reading comics and Torsi sees mighty, I say, no, I am. That's really cute. That's cool.
Quand la lumière devient tamisée,
That's
que les
good.
gens se taisent et que les premières notes commencent à résonner, je peux juste me perdre dans la mélodie.
I don't
et
know if
sentir
my
la
last name
musique
means
dans le
anything.
bout de mes doigts.
I looked it up at one point and I couldn't find anything particularly intriguing about it. It's just sort of like a, oh, you probably come from this name. It's probably this region of the world. It's a traditional name from this region. I'm like, okay.
Chaque fois que je joue, ça me procure un tel plaisir que j'ai l'impression que mon cœur va exploser.
C'est merveilleux.
Ça me manque terriblement.
Peut-être que quand tout ça sera fini, on pourra réparer l'opéra et tu pourras jouer pour nous tous.
Avec grand plaisir.
Je veux que le tout premier concert que je verrai soit le tien. Et t'en fais pas, je m'assurerai que la salle soit pleine à craquer. Je placarderai des affiches partout en ville.
Well, not to be that guy, but technically speaking, if she heard Lune playing at the Gommage celebration, she technically already saw a concert. But
Pas de pression, pas vrai? Bon, j'imagine que je ferais bien de m'entraîner alors.
that's kind of cute. It kind of feels a little bit futile, but at the same time, oh, cool. But it's nice that they're finding things to hope for and things to plan for. Like, even if things seem hopeless, like, they're still entertaining the possibility of a normal future. I think that's very, very important in situations like these. Or it can be very helpful for some people.
À quel sujet?
Les chances de tuer un Axon. Finalement, je confirme qu'elles ne sont pas nulles.
Pas nul, en effet.
Tiens, comme on se retrouve entre oiseaux de nuit.
I don't know. Oh, because you wrote the word dick. Because your sentence included the word dick, it posted it, even though it was clearly a name. It quarantined that chat message of yours, Saria. But I'll read it in the other window. It says, I couldn't find anything intriguing about it. Meanwhile, guys named Richard knowing they're going to be called dick for the rest of their lives. Yeah. Yep.
J'ai l'impression que tu ne dors jamais.
Si, si, je t'assure que je dors assez.
Tu vas finir par t'épuiser à force.
Merci de te préoccuper de ma santé.
C'est normal entre insomniaques.
Des fois, j'ai du mal à éteindre mon cerveau. C'est un peu comme si je trouvais un casse-tête et que j'étais incapable de cesser d'y penser avant de l'avoir résolu.
Et quel est le casse-tête auquel tu réfléchis en ce moment?
Les névrons qui parlent. Ceux qui semblent avoir une personnalité et être capables de penser et d'éprouver des sentiments. J'essaie de comprendre ce qu'ils nous ont dit. J'ai la conviction que c'est une pièce importante du puzzle. Il nous faut en trouver d'autres comme eux et leur parler.
Is the French word for puzzle literally just puzzle? I never knew that.
J'ai déjà eu l'occasion de parler à plusieurs d'entre eux. La plupart du temps, leur charabia est incompréhensible. te fais pas trop d'illusions.
Peut-être que tu ne leur as pas posé les bonnes questions.
C'est sûr que je n'ai pas ta grande expérience.
Et toi alors, camarade oiseau de nuit? Qu'est-ce qui t'empêche de dormir?
It's also that fuck shit. God, it's hard to talk sometimes. It's also interesting that it sounds like what she's saying is oiseau de nuit, which means the bird of the night, as opposed to a night owl specifically. So that's funny. I mean, like, it's such an odd little idiom, but I am a little bit surprised that there isn't an equivalent in France for like specifically a bird that is only, or a creature that is only out at the night or something like that, or even like calling somebody une étoile or something because you only see the stars at night, right? Like, why is it night bird as opposed to night owl? But then it occurs to me, like, how many owls are there out in France? I don't actually know. I'm pretty sure we saw owls in Italy. We definitely have owls where I'm at now because they won't shut the fuck up at night and pisses my dog off. It's actually really funny. She'll be like howling and arguing at the owls. And as long as I don't need to get up early the next morning, it's actually kind of funny. But yeah, that's just a weird little turn of phrase.
Ah, tu sais, le poids du monde sur mes épaules, le fait d'être une âme torturée, ce genre de choses.
Ah, au moins tu as le sens de l'humour. Allez, te fais pas prier. Je t'ai bien répondu, moi.
C'est vrai que tu l'as fait. Et avoue que ce n'est pas désagréable.
Peut-être, mais c'est encore plus agréable quand on n'est pas la seule à s'épancher.
Je ne me repose pas vraiment quand je dors. Avant, je faisais d'affreux cauchemars. Mais sans que je puisse l'expliquer, c'est encore pire depuis qu'ils ont cessé. Maintenant, il n'y a plus qu'une espèce de grand vide oppressant.
Fascinant. Est-ce que tu ressens un certain malaise quand tu dors? Ou de la souffrance, peut-être? Tu es conscient du temps qui passe?
I love how she like treats everything that she's learning about this person. She is kind of getting closer to him and connecting with him on a human level, but also being like, ooh, cool, your brain, it's doing a cool thing. I want to learn about that. How does your brain work? Tell me about your brain. Let me see your brain.
Il faudra que je t'observe.
Exactly. Hey, hey, Verso, let me watch you while you sleep. You know, normal human things.
Le genre de choses qui ne me met pas du tout mal à l'aise.
J'espère bien, vu que c'est juste pour la science.
De toute façon, ce n'est pas comme si on avait des chambres privatives ici. Alors fais-toi plaisir.
Pour la science.
No, not for science, for those who come after.
Bien sûr.
Oh, come on. I will say, again, I don't hate this part of the game or anything like that. But I don't like this very much. I don't like this kind of relationship progression. For one, I don't like how all the other members of the party simply disappear when two of them are engaging. It's always just a one-on-one conversation. Right? There's never any complexity between the different relationships. We all have basically the same relationship. I mean, obviously, Esquier and Monaco and Verso have like more history between them or behind them or whatever you want to say. But at the same time, like, we're just kind of, everybody's basically being friendly. And my relationships with these three characters to the left are very much like sort of cautiously making forward steps to on either side, and everybody is friendly. I genuinely wish that one of them hated me, like hated Verso, or vice versa. I genuinely wish that one of them was like a little too eager to get close or something like that, because right now it feels like we have very similar relationship progressions. I wish that the things that we said with one character affected the way we interface with another character. Like maybe Lune is overprotective of Maëlle because Lune feels like she has to step in since what's the like she's trying to be a surrogate parent now that Gustav is gone, something like that. And then CL is like more romantically interested in him, and maybe Maëlle finds that creepy or something. I don't know, just a little bit more tension, a little bit more drama between them, I think. Maybe it's coming later, but right now this feels a little bit more like a checklist or something. and I don't like it as much as some of the other parts of the game. That's all. I do like the fact that we are getting tangible, like real upgrades for evolving these conversations, because it feels like, yeah, we're getting stronger as a team. So of course we would also get some, how would you say, uh, some tangible benefit from that. It's like it reminds me a bit of like Chrono Trigger, where if you, it's been like decades since I played this game, but like, um, I seem to remember if you fought with the same characters for a while, they would eventually unlock a combo attack that only the two of them could do, or something like that, and that's really cool. I wish there had been more like, in the sequel. I hope it's like, oh, Loon wants to do a side quest where she goes and finds a Neveron to speak to, and you can choose to opt in. And then if you do, you go through a little narrative together. You take an hour or so, and then you have some choices to make, and then that affects your relationship. Like, you get to the Neveron, and then you have the option to kill it or spare it. If you kill it, you get a new weapon, but Loon gets pissed off, and then if you um, spare it, then Loon likes you more, and you two do a combo attack, but you don't get the weapon, or something like that. I feel like you can only ask them so much. Like, they did so much fucking amazing work for this game. I can't hold it against them that they didn't think of literally fucking everything. But I do think that there's like definitely more room for expansion, I suppose, right? So Saria says we all basically have the same relationship to Xenoche. I think I might be speaking out of turn. There's a good chance of that, just based on my knowledge thus far. Ryoman asks, choose 3 characters for Naruto as IRL friends. Oh my god. That is such a difficult question. So I'll just say, like, off the top of my head, and then I'll give it some more thought, and I might change my answers later. Off the top of my head, Naruto himself, because he's so loyal, he's so like uplifting, he's so encouraging, he's so like he never gives up on the people that he trusts, like, or has a connection with, like, ever. He's so empathetic. He'll always come to pull you out of the darkness, and also he's just like really strong and cool, and likes getting into trouble, likes getting into mischief, and so I think he would be just a great person to kind of have in your life. Getting his attention and actually getting a chance to spend time with him might be difficult, but overall, especially maybe not as an adult, but like when as a teenager or something, like if I were a teenager and I were picking friends to hang out with in college, or high school rather, then I would say, like, yeah, Naruto would be just a great choice overall. I think probably gonna go through my head. Jiraiya and Kakashi are great characters, but I mean, like, they're not. It's harder for me to think of like hanging out with them casually or whatnot. Maybe Kakashi, because I think he would probably give better overall life advice. Although that's, I'm sure, extremely spicy to some people. But I don't. I don't think so. I think next up would probably be uh, Hagoromo, because he has a certain amount of wisdom and knowledge about the workings of the universe, and he has enough power to kind of manipulate them and stuff like that. And he can grant people the ability to like heal and like fix sicknesses and stuff like that, and have a deeper understanding of the universe. So I would want to just maybe it would be more of a professional relationship, but I want to be able to hang out with him in the capacity of being able to discover things and to share knowledge and to spread knowledge with other people in the world. It would be less fun to hang out with him, I suppose, and like fucking play Super Smash Brothers or whatever. But that would still be good. And then Anko would be my last choice for very different reasons, which I'll just leave it at that. But that being said, I do apologize. I need to run to the bathroom real quick, so just enjoy some lovely fireplace ambiance, and I will return within 2 to 3 minutes. Thank you for your patience. Oh, and yeah, I see that you've listed some ideas. Let me know what you think of my choices. BRB. Okay, we're back. Not Anko in particular, but other ones that I find attractive. Yeah, Anko just like probably not a great idea overall, but she, especially in part one, she just has this like very feisty, like slightly manic personality that I really enjoy. I can't describe it. It's kind of like I had a crush on her character when I was younger, reading the comics, and like so I think you know it depends whether or not like we would actually get along though, because she seems to kind of have her own thing going. So not sure. Honestly, I'd probably get along better with Shikamaru, just in terms of I have a side like I do try to put in good work when I do work on stuff, but I don't. I wasn't born to work, like it's not my. I'm Italian at the end of the day. Like I'm not like trying to find excuses to work all the time. So his more laid back personality and just opportunity to like he has this tendency to just want to kind of chill and not deal with hassles, then I think he would be encouraging of me to like slack off and just chill, and he would be fun to just like I don't know, hang out and read books with and like go get barbecue or whatever else. I could see that being quite fun. Rioman says, you said Raven. I don't think so. I said I'm Italian, meaning that I grew up in Italy. I'm not Italian by birth or anything like that. But I don't think I said anything about Raven.
Et le suivant est plus faible. Tu es toujours si calme en toutes circonstances.
C'est une question?
Juste une observation. L'une a un caractère obsessionnel, Maëlle est nerveuse et empressée, mais toi, tu es calme.
Et ça te surprend? J'imagine que c'est parce qu'on marche côte à côte depuis bien longtemps, la mort et moi.
Que veux-tu dire?
La mort est comme une amie qui sera là pour m'accueillir quand je rentrerai enfin à la maison.
Ami n'est pas le mot que j'aurais choisi.
La vie est bien plus simple quand on considère la mort comme une amie.
Vraiment? À moins que ce ne soit juste une façon de gérer ta peur.
Quelle importance. Chacun d'entre nous voit les choses comme il l'entend, non? Quoi qu'il en soit, la vie continue.
C'est une philosophie intéressante pour quelqu'un d'aussi jeune que toi.
Je ne suis pas aussi âgée que toi, c'est vrai. Et si tu me faisais profiter d'une partie de la sagesse que tu as accumulée au cours de ta longue existence?
C'est très aimable à toi de reconnaître ma grande sagesse. Tu ne pourrais pas mentionner ma sagesse à Monoko, un de ces jours?
Oh no, I don't really know much about the comics. I think somebody was it Kona who was talking in a previous stream about Raven, but I don't really know much about she's from Teen Titans, right? I never watched that show. I know that Raven and Starfire are characters, but that's really all I know about it. What did you think about the thing I mentioned about the Anko message? Oh, I think I must have missed something. 1 second, sorry. Oh, yeah, so Obito, Guy, Nagato. Interesting choices. Guy, I think, could be a lot of fun. The thing is, with, like, Obito and Nagato, I think that they have... If I can imagine, like, alternate universe versions of them where they're not murdering babies, then maybe. But, like, I think as people, before they go into their, like, murderous sides, they have interesting parts of their personalities and stuff like that, and I would like to like debate Pain about the philosophy of the world or something, but at the end of the day, it's like, okay, I don't know, they did quite a lot of evil and they had a very twisted view, and I would not be able to just sit by and like go along with that, so we would like come to blows, so to speak, very quickly. Kimimaro as well, like, to me, he seems fun in a certain light, but he's also like kind of cool. Like, you would want him kind of like leading your pack, but I don't know if I would want to like hang out with him. He seems like very his whole thing is Orochimaru, and it's like I don't think he'd find enough room in his life to really like make room for me, if that makes sense. And then Kakashi and Jiraiya would be fun to hang out with, yeah. Jiraiya, you have to be careful, though, with his tendencies, set some boundaries. Nagato would be more talkative, yeah, that makes sense.
Mais attends, Monoko n'est-il pas plus âgé que toi? Et Eski aussi, d'ailleurs. C'est peut-être à eux que je devrais demander.
Tu devrais, en effet. Tu apprendrais des choses fascinantes sur les pierres et les jambes de Névron. Tout ce que je suis en mesure de t'offrir, c'est une autre histoire.
Je ne suis pas vraiment d'humeur à écouter une autre histoire.
Oh, quel dommage. Moi qui t'avais préparé un récit bien sombre et déchirant.
Garde-le pour demain. Ce soir, je préfère faire autre chose.
Quoi donc?
Ça dépend. Te sens-tu l'esprit avant
Oh no.
Tu as envie d'aller chasser les névrons? Quoi?
J'attends de voir quand tu vas comprendre.
I don't like where this is going.
Ah, tu veux parler de ce genre d'aventure?
Tu vis depuis trop longtemps sur le continent. C'est quand la dernière fois que t'as séduit quelqu'un?
Monaco, ça compte ou pas? Je reconnais que ça fait longtemps.
Et donc?
I don't know. So this is the one that I want to pick, but this is the one that I think he would probably pick. I'm not sure what to do. I don't think there's a good answer, unfortunately. I really don't like this energy, but also, you know, he has been kind of cooped up for a long time and they seem to be getting along, and I don't know. This feels like the more I don't know. I feel so I don't want to push a button. I might do a roulette and just like close my eyes and press the buttons and then press X and see what happens. Saria says, I'm watching my sister fight Holster the Night Lord, and this is the most null Galacta Knight battle I've ever seen. I'm not familiar with that. Is Galacta Knight like something from Kirby? It's been a long time since I've heard that before. It sounds fun. Yeah, is it the one where he's like splitting the sky or whatever? Like I need to I know I got really disillusioned with Night Rain. I kind of fell off. Maybe I should go back and give it another shot, excuse me. I guess I'll do this.
Besoin de me le demander.
I really don't like that, but okay. Oh yeah, Galactonite is from Kirby and Null is from Zelda. Okay, that makes sense. Cool. Well, I'm very uncomfortable with the energy we've created in this space. Also, I don't think any of these characters has bathed in about a month, and they're so I hope you guys really enjoyed that. I hope that was everything you wanted. I feel like I need a shower now, and now I want to leave. Axons are mountain level confirmed. Oh, good. That's great to know. Sorry. I can barely contain my joy. Out of curiosity, if I had said no, would it have actually, like, changed their relationship, or would they have still done it anyway? Been like a yes or yes and yes or no, right? You know what I mean? Okay. Oh, for fuck's sake. I thought that said Mount Eskia, like, we were on Eskia Mountain or something. I was very confused for a second. Okay. Oh no, we're still hearing that voice. I wonder if I should go back and, like, examine the guy that was making armor. But maybe I'll just move on. Sorry, I keep getting distracted because my fucking ear hurts like hell. Not to complain or anything, but if you hear me kind of like trailing off or something, that's probably why. Real pain in the ass. I don't know what I did. I think my doctor said that, like, I had a very minor thing, but then like an idiot, I used a Q-tip and made it way worse. Not to gross you guys out, sorry, just like venting. Ryoman says, it seems like one of my comments here didn't show up. Oh, yeah, sorry. Sometimes, so let me check my other window. Yeah, so I have a couple of different windows. I have the YouTube chat window, and then I have StreamerBot. And for whatever reason, sometimes like YouTube is very aggressive about quote unquote censoring stuff. I don't have any filters on. Like I tried to remove any filters that I could find, but sometimes YouTube does it anyway. It's really stupid. Like Saria wrote, what was that message that was just up there about a character having the name Dick, right? And so YouTube like didn't show it in the chat, at least in my window, because it's like, oh, she said Dick, haha. Well, maybe we should censor that. And so if you said something, I'm not sure. Let me see. Oh, is it you said that you don't mind them killing about the Nagato and Obito? Was that the one? That makes sense because it probably was just like they mentioned anything that could possibly be. Oh, they said the word kill. We can't have that on the internet. So probably just hit it aside. That's a spicy statement. Not gonna lie. I definitely would. I definitely wouldn't be able to deal with that. I mean, like, here's the thing. I very much like the idea of being able to make friends with people who are, you know, misunderstood, and just like be the one person that gets through to them. And I don't know if that's actually kind of sounds kind of arrogant, I guess, but I used to specifically crave connections with people that were otherwise like misunderstood and not accepted. And I still do. I still want to be friends with like weirdos and oddballs and people who don't fit in, because I'm a weirdo and an oddball who doesn't quite fit in. But at the same time, I also think I sought out relationships, including romantic relationships or physical relationships, with people who like not exactly needed fixing, but were kind of like nobody else could like get them, right? So they were nice people, they were genuine people, but also they had something about them that just made it hard for them to get along with others. And I was like, oh, so I'm going to have a special, unique bond with this person that nobody else can. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with that inherently, but it was also kind of like, wasn't the most like pure or genuine reason for me to seek them out, right? Instead of just being like, hey, I like you because you're you, and yes, you are quirky, but that's part of your charm, or something like that. It was like, no, I have to find somebody that is a reject so that I can be the one who shows them what true love is, or something. You know, it was like a whole narrative that I had in my head that was like kind of weird when I was younger. And so I did make some interesting connections with people, but then I also wound up in, I'd say, 2 situations that were like not healthy, not good for me, and honestly not necessarily helping the other person either. But I just like refused to get out of them or move on or set boundaries, because I was like, no, wait, I have to be the person to help fix this person. I have to be the person to like save them, or to be the one to show them the light or whatever. You know, a very kind of weird, maybe even misogynistic thing. And again, there's nothing wrong with wanting to help somebody or to be loyal to them or to stay with them through a difficult time. But it just kind of got to this point where I was like, I was unhappy. I was spending all my time trying to help these people who didn't want to change and didn't want to receive the help. And it took me a while to realize, like, no, like me making a friendship with somebody on the basis that I'm going to change them for my own desire is not really acknowledging who they are, what they want, what they need. And then me assuming that they're just going to change to fit my standard, or that they're going to be right there with me and want, like, committing to the process of change. That's also an assumption that can be kind of rude. So I had to really just do some maturing there and get to the point where I was like more interested, I guess, in meeting people genuinely where they are, if that makes any sense. I'm probably not gonna like this. I just wanted to give this a shot while I'm here, but I'm generally going to be avoiding the mini games. So far, so good. It's definitely been the more enjoyable one. Okay. Okay. Goodbye. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? That's the first one of those that I've ever seen. Okay. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, fucking... On the one hand, we had that fucking extremely difficult, at least for me, mini game where we were, like, shooting back the explosive things that the pirate won on the little platform. And then we got, like, some Lumina or something. And then I did this on the first try, and I got a bigger upgrade material that I've ever seen. Quote-unquote low-key spoiled that weapons can go up to level 32. I think the highest weapon that I have right now is level 15. So it's over twice the strength of anything that I currently have. And I just did it immediately. Fucking ridiculous. Anyway. So, Realman says, also, I used to have the same thing. I tried talking to people who were lonely and misunderstood. Yeah, and I still do. I can be lonely myself sometimes. I don't know if I'm misunderstood. I think people in my life understand me pretty well, but, like, especially when I was younger, yeah, absolutely. I was, I didn't fit in. You just didn't get along with people. I tried to, but I don't know, I must have done something wrong, and I just never quite found my niche until I was older. So, I like talking to people who are lonely or misunderstood, partially because... maybe because they give most of the attention to me. Yeah, and that can feel good. It can feel validating, right? I like the parkour in games, but I don't really like animation in this one. A bit too slow for me. Yeah, it feels a little bit sluggish on the jumping. It doesn't feel like it was really built for that sort of thing. So it feels like it's just lagging behind a little bit. In a way, I don't know how to describe it, but like that jumping section felt like okay. It felt decent, but it did feel like it was not really what the game excels at, if that makes sense. 1 second, I want to see something real quick. Oh yeah, I need to go level up. Let's see. When you attach yourself to something, they break the base a bit anticlimactic. Yeah, I feel you. I think I know where you're coming from. I'm just gonna mess around with different character builds and stuff for a little while. Okay. So that being said, I don't think I've seen this guy before. That's cool. I immediately annihilate him. Well, I was gonna mess around with Loon and fucking Monaco, but I guess I got the Chapelier's foot. I wish that you could buy a map that will show you the areas of the map, like highlight areas on the map where there are enemies that you haven't harvested feet from, even if it's only an endgame thing, because I don't want to like feel like I have to scour the whole fucking map to find every single last one, but I'm going to want to. Keep forgetting to switch. Okay. There is something over here. I thought I had explored all this last time, but I guess not. Painting workshop, that's probably an aerial thing. God, we're so close. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, I don't... Oh, it must be up there in that little thing. Okay. And similarly, like, I'm just not going to remember all the locations of those things, so it would be nice if they got marked on the map for later exploration. Esquier, mon ami. He's so good. That's kind of cool. A barrier there. But I'm guessing that there might be something like that, or maybe those water points are actually just going to be fast travel locations. It could be. I do wish they had subtitles for what he's saying, because I don't know what... I don't recognize those words for his like little one-offs. Okay, here we go. Oh, I didn't see that at all, the Uncle choice thing. I thought you said... all I saw you say about Uncle was not Uncle, but for different reasons. Was that the one? Damn, okay, now we finally get a challenge. Alright, let's see. Where am I at? Low fire damage that applies 3 burn. Oh yeah, wildfire to all enemies. Not bad. Okay. Deals ice damage. Medium physical damage to all enemies. Let's see. That, you medium my ass. That was great. Nice. So, bestial wheels balance. Let's see. I don't have a lot of AP. That's fine. Single target physical damage that pierces shields. Medium can break. Let's go with that. A little slow on the uptake there. That's okay. I like the fact that there's still so many different attacks and combinations and stuff that are available to us. I still feel like I've only cracked like just the tip of the iceberg for characters' abilities overall. Like there's still so much left to discover, you know what I mean? Nice. Yeah, 9,000 with fire is not bad at all. That was unfortunate. Okay, so let me see. So I do have a dark stain now. And oh, I don't have anything to combine it with. That's okay. That's okay. I'm just gonna do this. Oh damn, okay, not bad. Rioman says, I don't find Uncle attractive, but with some of the female characters from Naruto, I'd rather not know them in real life. Basically, well, let's say I prefer to remain with my fantasies here. Okay. I'm not sure what you mean, but that's okay. Like, I think... Wait one second. Troubadour. I got a level 14 for her. Oh, damn, okay, that's not bad. YouTube made a comment that literally said this. I do not understand what the rules are for hiding. Like, it's just baffling to me. What is the one that I just got? Troubadour. Premium shots deal damage to an additional random target. Okay, that's not bad. But I think I want to play with Scavadim a little bit more. So, granted, I think we might have a little bit too many healing techniques. Let's try and move this out for something else. Let's see. Lightning damage to random enemies consumes fire for increased damage. Let's try that. See how that feels instead of rebirth. Okay. Since we have like a lot of revive tints anyway. Don't worry, SK will be faster than the fast travel. Yeah, I kind of figured once the flying ability kicks in. That makes sense. Sinister Cave. Oh, that's right. Shit. We gotta go back and do that cave that was like... That level that was like, you fell into the cave and that thing was like crushing us. I can't... Oh, hello. I don't even remember where that place is. Maybe it's on the map. In one comment... Is it retracting fantasies? That's really weird. Oh, cool. Whoa, that's awesome. Okay, wait, I gotta go see friend. How do I get up here? Love the texture work on the rock too. It's all shiny. I'm guessing it's not gonna be that easy, obviously. Okay, whatever. Is that where I just came from? Yeah, because here's that. Okay. That's good. At least I know where I came from, basically. So let's go to the right and see what happens. Just kind of go through process of elimination here. I do like how they handled the light and dark here. Definitely feels like things are very close. Like the darkness is all encompassing, so everything feels very claustrophobic. Which, actually, that's not probably the right way to say that. It's like claustrophobia inducing. Claustrophobic is being afraid of those spaces. But anyway. Oh, I haven't seen one of these in a while. Or maybe at all? I feel like we fought one of them before in a cave like this. Maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see. Alright, just gonna go all out from the start. Yeah, it was probably a good move. It's gonna be tough. Should have healed up too. Okay. So, immolation. Actually, let's try this. So I have 2 stains now. And what can you do? What's the highest that I have? Applies regen. Yeah, let's try that. Nice, okay. Berserk is a status effect that increases the character's damage every turn. It can be accumulated up to 12 times with each attack increasing damage. Oh, that's great. That was a terrible blocking performance. But, you know, I have the regen, so that's fine. Okay, so damage increase for each shield, increased damage for piercing. What else do I got? Medium physical damage to all. High fire damage, damage increased against burning targets. Let's just see. Let's try this. Well, that wasn't great, but I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. Alright, let's see. Immolation. I think fire will be effective on this guy. Not necessarily all that effective, actually. Okay, well, I'm just going to do this then. Radiant attack to get myself 10 burn to all enemies and revives all allies. Holy shit, that's incredible. Having your back end virtuous anyway is going to be useful. What can I do from here? And then spark. Yep. Damn, what the hell? What was that? I don't even know what the fuck just happened. This fucking Margit. Okay. Why don't I have any AP? This is bizarre. Okay, I'm in defensive, so let's go with another rain of fire. Nice, getting ready to break. I think. Let's see, yeah, I think I'll just gonna go ahead and offer healing. Probably went to the wrong character there, but that's fine. Okay, okay. Could have been worse, could have been worse. Here we go. Okay, I just gotta listen for those audio cues. It's subtle, but I'm starting to understand like what's happening here. Okay, so I don't have enough for Thunderfall. Can do Ice Lance and slow him down. Consumes, and this so this should consume the light stain for increased damage, and then give me 2 more stains that come out of it. Okay, yeah. Let's see. So, do I have anything that can break? I thought one of these could break. I guess not. Oh, high break damage. Yes, select punches. So let's go with that. Oh, it does high break damage, but it can't actually break itself. That's kind of weird. But that's fine, because I can still do this and this and that. And if this doesn't kill it, it should give me enough AP to break. No, I don't have enough for that. Oh, I do. Perfect. Okay, we're done. Yep, perfect. Okay. Rioman says they deleted because 2 words were in the same sentence, even if the words by themselves aren't controversial. Oh my god, that's crazy. The Berserk reference? What's the Berserk reference? Is it to the Eclipse? I think I'm missing something, sorry. Just being dense tonight. You said I didn't understand what I meant in one message. Let me know how you think to explain it in a less complicated way. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm definitely open to hearing more about it. Not really sure what to say without that context, but yeah, hope that makes sense. Sorry, I said I hate that the Tales of Exilia remake is coming on Halloween because I would have got it for my birthday without a second of hesitation. Did you get your situation sorted out with your, was it your PS4 or 5 that your mom had kind of messed up? Is it working again? Because you're saying you were going to play Kingdom Hearts, right? Hopefully that got resolved. Not to pry or anything, I just remember you mentioning that. Shalom, okay. The design on that weapon looks really cool. Let's see. Chantenum. On defensive stance, gain 1 shield per... No thanks. Nope, I'm all set. Ooh, pretty. Yeah, I forgot to kind of unpack what was happening when we defeated the Axon. The, That thing where the, I'm losing my train of thought. But the... Second. Focus. All of those, like, particles kind of came off of it and scattered into the air. Genuinely, I want to know what happened with Loon and the Axon. That was really beautiful and cool, but I have no idea why it just decided to, like, give itself over to her at the end, and why that hasn't been brought up. You figured that that would be a pretty momentous thing that you'd want to talk about, but I'm sure. Oh, hi. Okay, so we looped back around. That's kind of cool. I guess, is there a shortcut down here? Because I don't really want to run all the way back around. I guess there is. Yeah, I don't know about that, friend. That's okay. It's easy enough to find my way back now. Should be around here, right? Yeah. That was a great sound when the light activates like that. Unfortunately still destroyed, but I just sort of moved on. Also, I said Berserk references. The game was explaining the Berserk mechanic. I'm sorry, I totally missed that. I was lost in the chromatic dance. Oh well. Okay, hi. Ooh, pretty.
Oh, génial.
Oh, let's take a look. Looks cool. And where are we? Curse self on Battlestar, deal 50% more damage while cursed. That sounds pretty cool actually, but I like the idea of like extending Twilight more. So we'll see. Hello. Oh, what the fuck? I didn't expect that. Huh. It's kind of sad. I feel like I'm seeing a part of it twitch. Yeah. It looks like a scarf, but like the piece on the chest twitches ever so slightly sometimes. Weird. Okay, I'm just gonna try and go around to the left and see if there's anything, because we did the right before. And then we'll get back to the mainland. Oh, you're doing a Mayel outfit for Halloween. That's awesome. I was thinking of trying to do Renoir, but I'm not sure if I can pull it off this year. Oh, it's just a circle. Okay. So I was thinking, yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I had a Kakuzu outfit, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that shit again. I told you last year about how that worked out, right? So I'm probably not gonna do that again. Might be Moonstone Rapunzel. That'd be cool too. Yeah. Do you have like an outfit already like picked out and everything, or are you still kind of constructing it? Oh, you said you were putting it together, of course. Yeah. Oh, Fento outfit. Which one though, Aunt? Which one exactly? Ryoman says, I tried to imply without directly saying that I'd prefer not to know some of the human characters in real life, and so that I prefer to just remain being an anime simp for... Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, like, some of them I think are... Like, I don't know if I would get along with them in person. Like, Hinata, I think, would be kind of a sweet person just to have as a friend in your life. But I mean, I don't know. I make video games and play video games, and she trains really hard to be a fucking warrior. Would we really have that much in common? I'd like to think so, but I don't really know if there's much I could contribute there. The same thing with Naruto, though. You know, like he's probably going to be off training all day, so really comes down to the practical aspect of whether or not the sort of fictional versions of people, or like your own imagining of versions of people, how that actually connects to the real world, or if it would. Okay. It's hard to say. Okay, so let's see what we have. So, Fire Rage deals increasingly high fire damage to all enemies every turn until she receives damage. Stun self if interrupted. That could be good. Deals very high fire damage that applies 5 burn per hit to all enemies. 2 hits deals self damage if failed. Okay, so that's pretty good as well. Over here we have Crustal Crush. Deals high single target earth and break damage 5 hits. It might be nice to have a break attack like that. Deals lower damage and break damage to all enemies every turn. Also increases all break damage received by 50% for 3 turns. That's actually kind of amazing that you have something that persists turn by turn. Going down here into the ice skills, low ice damage if target is burning, and consumes to play a second turn. So that could actually be a good way of building up AP, and especially since other characters, including herself, are probably going to be applying burning. That actually makes sense. But where does this leave? Deals medium ice damage to all enemies, slow, a lot more damage if you increase the stains. On turn start, deals high ice damage to all enemies and heals allies. And it does it for 3 turns. Oh, that's actually really, really cool as well. So, Stormcaller, all enemies receive medium lightning damage at the end of their own turn and low lightning damage when they receive damage. Interesting. So there's a lot of really cool shit here, actually. Yeah. 6 hits with this. I think I'm going to try light this shit because it feels kind of like it might have nice synergies with other abilities. But I might reset and then try to go into this tree here, like to move away. I don't know if I'm going to need these as much, especially if Monoko is doing them. So I think we'll build into lightning for now, but then we might like respec. Although this also seems pretty cool, and I've already built into fire. So yeah, we'll do fire for now, and then we'll start messing with the other stuff. And then I'll probably like reassign this stuff too at some point. So, okay. And then we still have another 3 turns before we have to worry about that. What about you? I think I'm saving up. Yeah, saving up for him. Saving up for her, I think, right? Like, what do we have? Yep, just building more into fire. And for you, I think we have Downstairs Waltz deals high single target fire damage, 3 hits, deals more damage to burning targets. Cool. Oh, we already have Downstairs Waltz in there. What else do we have? Chalier combo, high single target physical damage, 6 hits. Okay. I think that one can break. Okay, so it's very boring. I don't like watching this attack, but it seems pretty pretty effective. I don't know how effective this has been, but yeah, I just want to try and like apply different things and see where they go. Applies shields to the targets, deals high physical damage to all enemies. 1 hit can break, and that's 8. It's not gonna be using that all that often. Ramesser Punk deals low single target dark damage. 1 hit can break. Feels 20% of the target's. We tried that before. It wasn't really great. The trumpet random buff was okay. This actually looks like it'd be fun to mess with. So I'm gonna like swap that out just because that seems like a fun troll move. But what else? We have that one, high physical damage to all enemies, 3 hits. That's a high expend one as well. Deals low single target physical damage, 4 hits, and mark. Yeah, let's try that Galt Fury. Let's have select punches and see how that feels. Okay. Let's see. Saria says, I already have a Rapunzel dress. I just have to dye my hair black and get some pitch black contacts. But I'm going to have to work towards the Mayel costume. I see, gotcha. Did you say you had a sword already? I feel like you said that in the past, but I don't remember. We definitely talked about swords at some point. We talked about like fighting and stuff like that, like boxing and stuff like that. I couldn't remember if you actually had a. We talked about you had. Am I remembering this correctly? Correct me if I'm wrong. That you were interested in fencing, but you didn't want to actually, like, really fight anybody, because we were talking about like if you could acrobatically pull off some of Mael's moves, and I think you said that you think you could do it, but you didn't want to actually like fight anybody. Was that right? Big Mom outfit, like Medea's like Big Mama's house outfit or something like that. It'd be kind of funny. Yes, I have swords. Okay, cool. Yeah, thought I was remembering that correctly. Yeah, do you Rioman, are you going to be dressing up or doing anything fun for Halloween? I think that is the the iconic lesbian with a sword. Nice. I think that's probably all the side stuff for now. So yeah, onward to this. Do we even know where Esquier's next rock is supposed to be? Well, these are kind of creepy and awesome. I have to make sure not to forget to go bonk, what's his name? Sproing later on. Was there anything else around here? No, okay. Oh, Big Mom. No, sorry. I was thinking of a totally different character. I don't know Big Mom from One Piece, unfortunately. I'm gonna need to get myself up to speed on One Piece because people keep making references. I only got like 4 chapters in so far, so I need to kind of go back and. I was liking what I read so far.
Voilà donc l'île de visage.
Celui qui garde la vérité par le mensonge.
Ce sont des visages?
Oui, une infinité de visages. D'où son nom.
Sympa.
Knows. You prefer the One Piece anime to the manga? That's interesting. I feel like the anime has a reputation for being somewhat poorly paced compared to the manga. I think we might have talked about this before on stream as well. Sorry if I'm making you repeat yourself.
L'île qui chante?
Cette mélodie.
Ça me flanque la chair de poule.
Yeah, that's fair. What a very similarly haunting but also aesthetically and vibes based different vibe from the previous place that we just went to with the cloth. Like everything here is like stone and metal and carving and etching as opposed to the flowing and silky, like undulating nature of the other place. Ooh, this is cool too. They look friendly, right?
Ce qu'il fait.
Il ne nous attaque pas.
C'était une invitation?
Oui, ça en a l'air.
Ça ressemble à un piège.
Savoir où aller pour une fois, ça nous changerait. C'est toujours mieux qu'affronter une horde de névrons.
Non,
That's a good point.
Perso a raison. Il y a quelque chose qui cloche.
Ooh.
Oh, je suis inoffensif. Vous n'avez pas besoin de ceci.
Tu es inoffensif. Alors ces armes le resteront aussi.
Touché. Bref, Visage vous invite à le rejoindre dans ses quartiers, au bout de ce passage. C'est la raison de votre présence ici?
Où mènent les autres passages?
Vous êtes libre de les emprunter. Les masques ne servent pas qu'à dissimuler. Ils peuvent aussi illuminer. Choisissez ceux qui vous siéront.
C'est-à-dire?
L'invitation tient toujours.
Very interesting.
Alors, on va directement à l'Axon?
Obviously, we're taking the other paths. Like, do you have to ask? Come on. Come on, CL. That is kind of awesome, though. Like, again, I keep saying this about this game, but honestly, like, literally, if I just ran in here and there was a boss, and then I ran out of here and ran to the other place and there was a boss, and then I was done, that would be enough. Like, as long as the boss fights were, like, decent and engaging and all that, I wouldn't complain about it. I might be like, oh, well, technically they could do something more here or whatever, but I wouldn't feel like I was cheated or anything like that, because the game just has, like, so much that's already doing so exceptionally well. But not only did they not do that, they also didn't have it just be like a big open arena like last time. They had a new character that was introduced, new presentation, a new narrative conceit to the area. Like, they just keep on innovating, and every single area feels like it has that uniqueness to it, you know what I mean? Ryoman says, yes, the anime is poorly placed or poorly paced in comparison to the manga, but I think it has better world building and atmosphere as it explores locations visually more due to the obvious reasons since the medium allows it. Yeah, that makes sense, yeah. So it feels better and more free. Oh, that makes sense too, because it's like a how do you say, the theme of the manga or the series is like freedom in the form of being a pirate and exploring the world, right? So you would want the world to feel really fleshed out and lived in and expansive. So that makes sense, yeah. Anime feels less serious to me due to how animation, sound effects, and voice acting are constructed compared to the paneling. Oh, so it feels like a little bit more lighthearted, would you say? It's important because when One Piece tries to be serious in the manga, I often cringe, but partially because catharsis in panels is usually constructed with the same pattern that repeats itself. Oh, I see. So it's kind of like treading the same ground, and maybe it loses a little bit of its impact, its emotion over time. That makes sense. Saria says, oh, of course YouTube hides this too. Saria says, my niece is going to be a rainbow witch, she said. Her power is to turn anti-homos into trees. And I won't lie, for a 12-year-old, that's pretty terrifying to hear, but also incredibly based. That's fucking awesome. Your sister's gonna, or your, you said your cousin, your niece? Your niece is gonna take over the world. And turn all the anti-gays to trees. You know what I'm thinking of? Do you know that scene in, I'm sure you do, in Ocarina, where you go to the Lost Woods, I think, as an adult, and there's a little girl who's there, and she's like, everybody is gone, everybody is Stalfos, everybody Stalfos, everybody Stalfos, soon you will be one too, like something like that. I don't remember exactly what she says, but like, I remember it creeped the shit out of me when I was a kid. Now I just imagine your sister going around being like, all the anti-gays, Stalfos, all the homophobes, Stalfos. It's great. Yeah, thank you, Blue Raga. I love you. Okay, let's see. So what would happen if I do this? Oh. I kind of feel bad, but also I don't feel bad at all. Yeah, you're welcome. It wasn't much of a duel, but sure, whatever. Oh, this is nice. Receive 15% of all heals affecting other characters. That could be extremely useful. Sadon. Oh shit, what's this? Sadon? Gain one shield if at least one sun charge. Okay, well, whatever. Some humans even decide to come and build their life here. Then the tremor. Oh shit, I skipped that. I didn't mean to. Hope we meet again. It's a tad lonely around here. Can you repeat that dialogue, please? Oh, thank you. This island was just like any other. Some humans even decided to come and build their life here. Then the tremors came, the landscape changed, and the humans were nowhere to be found. Oh, yeah. Okay. Cool. So, yeah, let's keep going for a little bit. Let's see what's down here. Ooh, they're doing a great job of placing, like, positional ambient music stuff. So you can kind of hear as I move the camera around, the music is, like, swirling and stuff. It's really cool. It's awesome. If you had to pick 3 Attack on Titan characters, as a friend in real life, who would you choose? Eren, Tom Saber, and Zeke. I don't know Attack on Titan as well. Eren, I don't think would be like a really good. Like, I don't know. He strikes me as, well, I mean, in addition to the fact that he went on like a murderous rampage, he's extremely obsessive about certain things and a bit bloodthirsty and not very empathetic. I don't think we would get along. He and I don't think would be very good friends. I think that Arumin would and I would get along. I think he's got he's obviously like a tough son of a bitch when it comes down to it. Like, he has a lot of grit and determination, and he can make like difficult decisions and all that. But also, he's not a coward. But also, he is relatively empathetic and understanding. He's really smart. He's really resourceful and dependable. So I think he would be a good choice. I think, Levi obviously is going to be somebody who watches your back and keeps you safe and is like, I think it makes a nice... One second.
J'apprécie un peu de destruction, mais là, ça fait quand même beaucoup.
C'est de la rage.
Would have your back and get you out of a tight spot and would be dependable and stuff like that as well. And then Hanji, I'm just like low-key in love with, so like she needs to be in there. Okay. I love the design of these guys with the ripples all over their shields. It's amazing. Okay. Let's see. 1 hit, 2 to 6 hits. Let's try that. See how that does. Yeah, not bad. Okay. Gold Fury. I'm on the Agile Mask. Put the mark on there too. Oh, I get another attack. Okay. And I can just do this again. That was awesome. Now I'm starting to see like Monaco's real potential starting to come out. That's cool. Levi is your bottom 1 character in the series. Damn. Okay. Why is that? That's kind of a spicy take, I feel like. Armin would be okay. I remember wanting to destroy my PC during one Hanji scene, just how annoying that person is. Well, that's fair. I mean, she's not for everybody, but like, I like the fact that she has a little bit, as I kind of revealed with Anko, like, I like characters and people who have like a little bit of a manic energy, a little bit of like a hyperactiveness, if that makes sense. I also like the fact that she's an inquisitive, brilliant scientific mind, and that even when faced with like these things that are, obviously like, oh shit, terrifying, hi friend, horrible monsters that are destroying her people, her civilization and stuff like that, they're still like, she's still curious about them. She still sees something beautiful in them. Like when she has, I forget what their names are, but she has 2 of them kind of tied up and she's doing experiments on them. She seems to be trying to find like the positive aspect of oh, holy shit, I didn't realize what those were. Fuck, I got caught off guard. She does see something kind of intriguing about them and is almost excited to have the opportunity to work with them, and I kind of like that conceptually quite a bit, I also just like the idea of her being so passionate that she was up all night talking about Titans with Eren. Like, I really like connecting with people who have very strong, fiery passions about certain things and being able to trade that with people. Like, hey, I'm gonna spend hours and hours talking about something that I like. Okay, now you talk about something that you like, and back and forth. So, I mean, I think I would probably get along with her because we would just like spend time sharing our passions and interests. That's how I see it anyway. I'm trying to think of another character in the story who I genuinely think I would get along with as a person. I think Erwin, is that his name? Erwin Taicho is like an admirable person, and from what I remember, and I think we would probably get along pretty well as well. I think a lot of the other characters are just very melodramatic or not particularly relatable, and I would struggle to find common ground, I think. Yeah, that's right, Roman. I got speed blitzed and one shot negative. It's confirmed. John the Maven gets speed blitzed by the video games he plays. Oh man, I can't wait to talk to you guys this weekend about multiversal Naruto stuff or universal Naruto stuff, because again, I've been going over like a few videos on universal Naruto. And like I said before, it's a lot of the same arguments and same things that have kind of come up previously. And I don't know how to say it, but like, it's a lot of those same kinds of statements. And it's just like, wow, we still really are here, aren't we? Aren't we all here together in this? I don't understand why I keep getting free turns, but I'm not complaining necessarily. What the fuck? See, that particular combo, I feel like it was totally fair, if that makes sense. Like, I don't feel like... I feel like when I messed up there, it was because I wasn't paying attention. Or, like, because I... Not that I wasn't paying attention, but, like, I was fairly tricked. Like, I was expecting one thing, and then another came, and then I was immediately like, oh, okay, I understand my mistake, and now I can give this another shot. And I feel like I would probably get it right if I were to do it over again. And then the ones that I parried, I felt like I got them because I was paying attention. And I earned them. And I understood what the scenario was asking of me. That is fucking beautiful and creepy as hell. I love it. Erwin is also obsessive and selfish, just like Aaron. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember it as well, I guess. There, I mean, like, due to the oh, hi, you completely normal looking thing. Due to the nature of the world, I think there's a lot of people who just have a lot of trauma and are dealing with a lot of very difficult situations, and this makes things very difficult for people and forges people in a kind of, in a certain kind of way that can make getting along very difficult. You know, it occurs to me that the, oh, he could be a cool friend, yeah. It occurs to me that the overall aesthetic and design of this character is very similar to, Eskie in some ways. I wonder if they're connected. Well, I guess we'll never know it. But yeah, like the legs and everything. Contortionist, interesting. Ooh, that looks fun. Yeah, I would like to get him like a different weapon, because I mean, this is, we've just been holding on to this for a long time. It would be cool to give him something else. Switch rank to S on break. Base attack can break. 100% critical chance on rank S. Yeah, it seems pretty good. This base attack gives sword perfection. Yeah, that could be useful. Perfection is now based on current health. Yeah. I don't know. Because the thing is that you don't break all that often in combat. Like, he's not breaking all that often in combat, that's for sure. So it feels very situational. Okay, I'm sure that's nothing to worry about. Wait, is that just where I came in? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. It was more like in a wall or something. Hi. The mask seems to be connected to the Axon. It speaks. Iku cannot fight fate. Behind his scowl, emotions blaze, but in the shadows, his temper fades. What am I but a mask of... anger? I think I got that wrong.
Faisons couler l'encre.
Oh, that's not what I meant to do. What the fuck? Okay.
Attention, Maë.
Oh, come on. That one I feel like I did block it actually, but that's okay. Nice, okay. Listening to the music. I genuinely want to know like why they made the choice to switch to English with some of the songs. Nice.
Ça, c'est l'amour.
There we go. That's such a powerful technique. Like dropping out the sound right before the hit to make it sound like more powerful.
Sans la tribu.
It's funny that it's weak to fire. I would have expected it would be like absorby. But remember this stuff? Okay. You've said that about a bunch of stuff and I appreciate it, but I don't know if I can promise that I remember it all. But I'll try. I'll definitely remember that. Oh, Yeoman says, in summary, Erwin was pretending to be acting for the sake of humanity when in reality he was motivated by his dream of proving his father right. That's a good point, yeah.
Vous avez entendu ça?
C'était l'accent.
Détruire ces masques semble lui faire du mal.
Alors continuons à le faire.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, let's see, Maya, what did you just pick up? Critical hits with skills give... No, thanks. I already have the best weapon, that's the thing. What the hell? No, no. Here we go. I think I want to get everybody up to 50 might. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Learn skills. Dune has 8. We were going to do more fire though, right? Yeah, oh, I didn't equip this. I'm stupid. Let's do... So I'm not actually using this all that much. I don't really need all of this stuff. So let's do this and replace this with, what the hell was it? Where was it? Fire Rage? Yeah. Okay. Let's try that. Still have more skill points, but I'll save up for hell. And I'll save up here for combustion. And as for you, I thought I got something new for him. What's this? Deals low single target lightning damage, 1 hit. Deals extra break damage. Oh yeah, I tried that before. I didn't really love that. Cultist Blood, same thing. Cultist Slashes. Hexka Crush deals medium single target earth damage, 2 hits. Applies defenseless. Yeah, let's try that. Hexka Crush instead of this. Okay, and keep going from there. What other character needs skills? Oh, you were saving up. Okay. Yep, sounds good. Sorry, it says, I know lol, but almost no line of dialogue is pointless. Nearly everything ties into the narrative in some way, and you'll see that extremely soon. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm gonna play this again as well on my own. Like, I'm gonna play it off stream and probably like play it on hard mode or something. I think this is where we were just now, right? I don't know if there was anything else that I missed down this way, though. Oh, is this just where the entrance was? Yeah, I guess so. Okay. Oh, there's a ski. Hi. I didn't know that they would render him out like that. Can I go say hi? Hi, buddy. I don't often get to see him in his like full-size glory, so to speak. Cute. Okay, I'll get back on track now. Yeah, they're doing so. I guess one thing that is acoustically tying the two areas together is they're using a very similar technique, I think, of mixing the background non-diegetic audio with the diegetic audio. Obviously, they can't hear it if I'm talking over it, but when it gets quiet, listen to how the ambient music seems to kind of like come in and go out, come in and go out. Pause, because you'll notice that they're like placing. I think what they do in the game engine is literally they have these little spheres that they'll place in certain locations in the game world, and sound will come out of those spheres, and then they will have, and it plays within a certain radius. Oh, hello. And then it will also play the sound in the background, and so you have these. They're fully synchronized with one another. But like as you kind of approach the spheres, you enter the spheres and get closer to the center, it brings in more and more and more of a sound that feels like it's coming positionally from some place. And then as you kind of continue to go through that place, it blends in and out of the background soundtrack. I don't know if I'm doing a good job of describing it. My face is hurting a lot, so hopefully that makes some sense. So beautiful. Well, no, I'm good. Gentilhomme, please. Okay, there we go. A little too impulsive on the exploring the area. I also played a little bit of Silent Hill: The Short Message. I tried to get into it, but really didn't like the way that they were handling their storytelling, so unfortunately couldn't really immerse myself in it. Although for a free game, you know, it's something that kind of explored the world of Silent Hill a bit more from a different angle, a different perspective. It's another entry in the Silent Hill franchise. That's a good thing. I think overall it is a positive thing.
Du moins, en apparence.
Celui qui garde la vérité par le mensonge.
You know what this kind of reminds me of is the village with all the dancers in Elden Ring, in the Altus Plateau. They appear to be happy on the surface, but underneath it's concealing a lot more sinister stuff. Are they making the same sounds as the mimes? It sounded very similar there. Wonder if that's a deliberate connection or just a coincidence. These I love these sort of figures wrapped up in the trees and vines and stuff. They kind of remind. Whoa! Hi! Holy shit! That scared me. That's so fucking cool. That is amazing. I fucking love that. Oh my god. It was so subtle and it's so like naturally blended in there. I almost wouldn't have noticed it at all if it wasn't for the the bloodshot and the movement. Like the wow, that is such a smart choice. Oh my god, I love that. God, this game is so good. But if you guys haven't seen the movie Annihilation, it came out a while ago, quite some time ago, but it is a really, really great movie overall. And I think you have probably heard one of the sound effects from the movie, funny enough, because it gets used in memes for like a creepy scene or something like that. Saria, if you haven't seen it, I think you would like the cast. It's a strong female cast. I think there's a couple of lesbian, narratively lesbian characters. I don't know if the actors themselves are, but they definitely feel like, I don't know. It feels like a very feminist movie. Not that it's like a how can I say, discussing the concept of feminism as a political movement. You know what I mean? But like, you know, feminist in principle. And also, I can't really say anything about it without spoiling it, but it is a movie that, after hearing an analysis of it, I really feel like and then going back to it and watching it again. Sorry, I'm doing a bad job of explaining it, but like basically, it was a movie where I watched it the first time, and I didn't really know what I was getting myself into, and so I was kind of disappointed by it because it didn't live up to my expectations. And then I heard somebody like explain to me what it was about, like under the surface, and then I was like, oh, I really was not approaching this from the right way at all. And then I went back to it and I was like, oh yeah, this is fucking brilliant. I just didn't have the right interpretative lens or whatever. But there are creatures, sort of, or structures or something like that in Annihilation that look a lot like those people who have been kind of converted into plants or whatever it is, those vines that are filled with flowers that have the shape of humans. And I'm wondering if that's like an homage or a reference, or if it's just a coincidence. But either way, that was definitely something that was a very striking thing within that game. Like these things over here is what I'm talking about. Within the movie, sorry. I'm very hard to focus tonight, sorry. I'm just gonna let this play.
Expédition 60.
Nice.
Fleur. Heureusement qu'Anthony a amélioré toutes les prises d'escalade. Car non seulement elles sont bien plus faciles à installer à flanc de falaise, mais elles sont aussi plus agréables à utiliser. Nous placerons les dernières demain, après quoi nous pourrons enfin sortir de ces maudites cavernes et revoir la lumière du jour. Je meurs d'impatience de rejoindre l'équipe des alpinistes. Je me souviens encore de la première montagne que nous avons gravie. Voir le soleil se lever au-dessus des nuages était absolument magique. Et descendre en rappel alors que nous installions les prises, c'était le bonheur absolu. Je sais que certains détestent le fait que nous soyons consignés à un rôle d'éclaireur. Je sais bien que ce n'est pas très réjouissant de tracer des cartes et de préparer des itinéraires pendant que les gens meurent. Mais tout ce travail préparatoire finira bien par payer. Certes, notre travail n'a rien de glorieux, mais c'est souvent le cas des tâches essentielles. Et cela reste crucial. Au sens propre. Pas à pas, prise après prise, chaque expédition permet à la suivante d'aller un peu plus loin.
Yeah, that's such a lovely way of encapsulating the for those who come after philosophy. That's really nice. I also can't help but noticing there are a lot of markings that appear very similar to fingerprints, like those swirl patterns, and I'm wondering if that means that like this is sort of evidence of the that's normal, of the I see you, motherfucker. I see you hiding back there. You're not doing a very good job. Yeah, no. I wonder if that's supposed to be like evidence of the paintress's more recent work or something like that. I don't know if that makes any sense. Okay. Oh, that's not very much at all. I hope it does increase over time. So I'm at the agile mask. I don't really have anything that benefits from agile here, right? So maybe I'll just do this. That applied defenseless, and now I can do this. Oh, I see. That makes more sense now. So I am ready to break. I don't have anything that's breaking though. So what should I do? Low physical damage, switches to virtuous stance if target is burning. Yeah, regains to 0 to a pay. Okay, and then next turn I can break him. Cool. Okay.
Je préfère ça.
Ooh, nice. I don't know what that sound effect was meant to represent, but that was great. Almighty. Okay, so let's see. Can break. Can I break with anything in here? Nope, that's fine. We'll just do this. Nice. Okay. Going pretty well. Okay, yeah. Now we're getting something done. What am I? I'm in Virtuous. Okay, so yep, let's just go ahead with Flurry Fury. And done. Nice. Good job, team. Baguette, baguette. This area has so much personality already. Ah, there's that one. Get down from there, please. But it's gonna ambush me if I go down there, huh? I love it. Like, and it fits in perfectly with the theme too of everything seeming so serene, but then there's clearly some bullshit going on behind the scenes. So that's where the eyes were. I forget if I went up here. Let me just double check first real quick. I don't want to miss anything. Oh. Hello. That was close. Oh, you forgot the name of a movie I told you to watch? Yeah, no worries. Do you remember what I said about it? Maybe I can help remember. I almost feel bad for not fighting those guys more, but also interested in 2024-25 instead had some unique themes you don't really see too often. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't remember. I have a really bad memory for stuff like that, but I will try to give it some thought. So from 2024-25, the most recent movie I watched was called Sinners, and it's sort of like semi hard to talk about without spoiling, but let's just say it's a horror movie that takes place in Southern America, and it kind of like is a historical period piece, but it does weird and interesting and unexpected things with the historical period that it's discussing, and that was pretty cool. I still haven't seen the new Superman movie, which I really want to do. I also want to see the new Lilo and Stitch, like, remake, remaster, whatever. Shit, okay. Okay, I actually want to just, like, fight this thing normally because I want to see what it can do. And I'm guessing that the, I'm going to skip her turn, actually. I'm guessing that the eyeball is like the same kind of eyeball that we're seeing embedded in the masks outside. Nice, okay. Just kind of want to, like, give it a chance to do one attack. Damn. That's terrifying. I fucking love this thing. Oh my god. Look at the way that it's moving. It's absolutely terrifying. I love it. And I love that most of it is just, like, kind of faded out and kind of subtle and not very, like, overt or something. Well, obviously subtle and non-overt would make sense, but there's that, most of it is like almost kind of monochrome, and then there's that one part of it that's just sticking out as being a little bit differently colored, a little bit odd, a little bit unexpected, and that of course is the eyeball. Let's take a look at this new weapon. Confuso. Light damage can burn on critical hits. Okay, that's not bad. Apply 3 burn instead of mark. Okay, that's pretty good. Not gonna use it though. Roman says, I often like weird stories and characters because I sometimes relate to some of the themes covered or just find them really interesting. Yeah, that makes sense. I can have that same experience too. Is there anything that you've found that fits that profile recently? Anything that you've like had a very strong connection with in a weird character recently? I do feel like the combat is starting to feel just a teeny bit grindy, but also like I'm able to blast through it quickly enough that it's not that big of a deal, I guess. Like, this is gonna sound weird, but like the grindy combat feels grindy, but there's not too much grindy combat, so it's like okay. I actually really like that. Nice. I do also really like the way that the composer has found a way to sneak some of the motifs in. Like, you know, obviously the Lumiere theme has the dun 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 dun, dun, and we just heard that. Like, it was not literally the same, but it was very similar. Like, da 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 da. And then also like there's a specific phrase that goes like na da da that we hear in the background in the main like open world map, and we hear little bits of that too. It's like it just makes everything kind of feel connected. He who painted this world, seeking what he could not grasp, longing to share with those he loves. Behind his smile, what could it be? I'll try this. Really? That's weird. I think I'm missing something here. Oh, it's because we're being deceived, essentially. I almost feel bad. Almost. Oh shit, I forgot that these were the flying pipe. Boop. Okay. Nice. Nice. That went really well. Ryoman says, from the stories I've read recently, I guess James... Oh yeah, James was highlighting it too. And Agni from Fire Punch has some pretty unique and weird themes. So, I forget, have we talked... That's a creepy-ass weapon. Have we talked at all about the Silent Hill 2 original version versus the remake? I feel like we did a couple streams ago, but I can't remember what was said. Did you say that you, like, played the remake and you were thinking of going back to the first one, but it was, like, harder to... Am I remembering that, or am I making that up? Is it for Loon, the Chapelim? Yeah, what does this do? 30% increased break. That's pretty good. 9 AP on breaking an enemy. That's pretty good too. I kind of want to try this one out for size too. Okay, so We went there.
Clairement senti passer.
I think I saw
Et
one more
je
path.
crois bien avoir vu un autre chemin.
Okay, so I guess this one?
Excellent. On est en train
We
de...
did, yeah, I thought so.
C'est...
And do you... Did I already go here? How do you feel about James Sunderland as a character overall? Wait, this is where it just was. But it is letting me... You think the original is much better. Okay, that's fair. It's letting me go back here. It didn't let me go back to the other place, I don't think. It's a little weird. I'm gonna switch to Lune for traversal because I'm getting tired of hearing Verso like constantly panting and wheezing. Yeah, we did all this stuff. And now it's so peaceful. Okay. Wait, how do I get out? Oh, I guess I just have to run back to the beginning. It's weird. Okay, that's fine. Can you remind me, Roman, what you said about why you preferred the original? And is there anything that the remake did that you think improved on the original, or anything that like you wish the original had that like the remake kind of brought up, if that makes sense? Okay. So now I just have to figure out where the last path is. Is it over here? Taking a moment to kind of bask in the ambience as well every once in a while is very nice. So this is this actually... No, that's the way to go. Okay, so it must be down here. Only James' design is better. Or you mean like his aesthetic design? Like his character model and stuff like that. It is a pretty like vivid model. I do think it's his performance is a little... Well, this is something I was discussing with my partner as well, because I feel like James in the original game was better in the sense that he really... Well, I don't know. James in the original game was very flat. He almost felt like half asleep. He almost felt like disassociated and disconnected. And I think people looked at that for the remake and they were like, well, they didn't have the technology, they didn't have the pixels and the graphics to render human emotion correctly back then, which is obviously very, very not true if you look at even just cutscenes from the Silent Hill series itself. But that being said, it's like, I think they saw it as like a mistake and they felt they had to play up the emotions of James in the remake to give him more emotion, make him feel more real. But, you know, as somebody who has dealt with derealization, flat affect and a lack of emotionality is actually a very human thing that people deal with. And it's kind of weird to say, but having some like derealization representation in a game was kind of cool. And the way that they handled like his disconnect made him feel real in that sort of unreal way that feels appropriate to people dealing with that sort of thing in that sort of way. And holy shit, this is fucking cool. And
Je sais qu'il s'agit de Névron, mais quand je vois leur tristesse, je ne peux m'empêcher d'avoir de la peine pour eux.
C'est très noble comme réaction, mais cela pourrait aussi s'avérer.
Oh, I just realized now that the thing that those guys are flying on is actually a mask. It's just turned over. That's such a cool detail. What the fuck? Okay, thanks. But like sometimes it's important to actually look at things like that, even if they seem like just a malfunction or a limitation of the hardware or whatever. Like just examine them for what they are, and try and see if they actually make sense and if they contribute to the story. Like You know, if you go back to the forest temple in Ocarina of Time, there's a piece of music that plays, and the piece of music is like 90 seconds long, and it just repeats over and over again, right? And there's no, it was made basically by using a handful of samples that were taken from a royalty-free library. Like, you can just go and buy the library or get it for free on YouTube now. Well, I'm not encouraging you to do that. I don't know what the licensing thing is. That might be piracy, so be careful with that. But like, you can get the library, you can purchase it legally, and you can own the exact sounds that they used to make that, and you can recreate it pretty easily on your own. And somebody might look at that and be like, okay, if we remake Ocarina of Time, we have to fix that because it's so derivative and it's not a unique asset and whatever else, right? Like, clearly it was a mistake. They only had access to a certain number of sounds. But no, like, it doesn't matter really at this point what the reason was for why the sound came out that way. The forest temple sounds the way that it sounds, and it sounds haunting, and it sounds beautiful, and like the fact that those limited samples are repeating over and over and over again in your head, and you hear the little parts of them come in and out, like, that does fuck with your, like, for me anyway, like, I find that track haunting and disturbing and a little bit maddening, while also being like occasionally serene and beautiful. So it doesn't fucking matter to me if they made it with like a piece of gum and like a dog farting and a few bits of rusty screws in an old rusty can at the bottom of a trash can. I don't give a shit. It just sounds the way that it sounds, and it's so intrinsically part of the, oh, this is gonna be fun, of the world, that if they remake it and they replace it with like an orchestral rendition with like a full orchestra and everything, like, and they say, oh, it's better now because we remastered or whatever, I'm gonna be like, fuck off. No, this belongs like this way. You can increase the bit rate on the audio file or something like that if you really have to, but it's that's not the point. It was never the point. And I think that people working on remakes need to understand that. And it's tough because I'm working on a remake right now, and I'm not in a position on the current team that I'm on to really have any say in the overall direction of the project. And since I'm working as a contractor, it's my responsibility to support my team and get the job done as best I can. I'm not really in a position where anybody is asking me to help perform. Oh fuck, I thought that was gonna be a fucking gradient attack. Fuck off. Where anybody is one sec. Anybody's asking me for my creative input on that level. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Okay, 1 second. My L is just good luck. let me focus on this battle real quick, because obviously I'm getting my ass kicked, so hang on. Oh, he's hanging on by a thread. There we go. Okay, so sorry, I was distracted by getting my ass handed to me on a plate. Let me just try to repeat what I was saying. So yeah, in the Silent Hill 2 original game, James as a person was very like mute. He was almost felt like a ghost. Like he was kind of, I don't know how to say, like detached, and sometimes it felt kind of disturbing to just be in the same room as him. Like if you entered a room and the camera swiveled right to James and it was like right in his face, it would scare me sometimes. Like I didn't feel comfortable playing as this character because he was so like weird and detached. But at the same time, like I know what that can be like. Like I know how detachment can function as a trauma response or just as a coping mechanism or whatever you want to call it. And so I think that even though James is not like a morally triumphant character, and even though he could be described as boring or flat affect or monotone or detached or whatever, that this contributes vastly to the atmosphere of the game. And I was trying to use the example of the Force Temple music because the Force Temple music from Ocarina is very, very simple, and it's made with a few very, very simple assets. It's relatively easy to recreate. The audio bit rate, like the file size, is pretty low because of the hardware limitations of the time, so it doesn't sound like up to modern standards or whatever. It sounds primitive, it sounds repetitive, it sounds lackluster, boring, amateurish, whatever. Like, people would say this about the soundtrack if approaching it from, like, if somebody made that soundtrack now in modern times as part of a new game, I think some snooty audio designers would respond to it in that way and call it those things. But obviously, none of that makes any sense and is worth taking seriously when applying to the game itself. And if they were making a remake and they didn't preserve that aesthetic, they would be fucking stupid. Like, really, really, really stupid. Because it's not just about, like, the technical aspect of it. It's about the emotion and the like, atmosphere that it creates, you know what I mean? So okay, let me catch up on chat really quick. You think the original is much better? Oh yeah, I said that I prefer graphics in the older games because they feel more unique, whereas modern games, yeah, I remember that. We were talking about how games like all kind of feel like they have the same overall kind of vibe and filter and stuff like that. An Unreal Engine, like, which this game is in as well, I think part of the credit that Sandfall, that this team should get, is that they managed to take Unreal Engine, which has a very distinctive kind of look, and a lot of Unreal games feel the same. They really pushed it, and they really made it feel like its own thing. Like, you can still tell, it's really hard to describe why, but there is something that feels very Unreal Engine about it. But it's like they still found a way to do their own thing, if that makes sense. I keep doing the wrong attack. What the fuck? What's wrong with me? I think I'm kind of starting to get pretty tired with the shit in my being sick and all too, so sorry if I'm not like as jazzed as usual or focused as usual. Distracted. But I'll wrap up in a little bit here. Feels like a little bit of a bug there, but it's like whatever. Colors and shapes don't feel as strong, says Roman. Yeah, that makes sense. I think that's a fair statement. Roman also says top 3 characters in Skyland 2 are James, Eddie, and Pyramid Head. That's an interesting roster. So you wouldn't put Maria on the roster at all? Have you played Born from a Wish, by the way? Saria says, I think it purposeful because they didn't change anything in the OOT and Majora's Mask Remaster except the lighting really. Yeah, that makes sense. That's smart. I mean, I can't imagine. Can you imagine the Forest Temple without that soundtrack? Like, it's you can't improve that. There's no way to fix anything about it, right? It is what it is, and it needs to stay the way that it is. I don't know how else to say that. But didn't they like shit? I wish I could remember what it was. I was recently watching a video about a Zelda remake where they changed. Oh, was it the No, I can't remember. Yeah, I thought they did like mess with the soundtrack a little bit in either the Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask soundtrack. But one game that I haven't played yet is that I'm really looking forward to is the Link's Awakening remake, because I was obsessed with Link's Awakening DX when I was a kid, and that soundtrack is like etched into my brain. It lives there rent free. I pay it to live there. And so I want to compare the new soundtrack and the new game overall. I'd love to do a stream where I play through the original and then I play through the new version and like talk about the changes.
Expédition 39. Albert. Edith n'est pas encore revenue, et d'ici à son retour, on restera en mission de reconnaissance. Tous ces masques me flanquent la trouille. Ils sont tellement flippants. Je jurerais même en avoir entendu un chanter. Les névrons se comportent très bizarrement dans le coin. Un peu comme s'ils n'avaient pas envie de nous tuer. N'empêche qu'au final, ils le font quand même. Cet endroit me rend dingue. Peut-être que si j'enfilais un de ces masques, les névrons me laisseraient tranquille.
I like that too. I have a really weird feeling. I'm curious what you would think about it, Saria. Which is, I kind of don't want to know. Like, I'm very, very curious, and I'm very fascinated to know what the lore and the backstory and everything is. And I want to have all the answers, but also I kind of don't, because I like having things be so abstract and vague and having to fill in the gaps myself. I'm kind of like, not exactly, like I'm not going to be upset or anything, but if I get to that point in the game where they're like, well, you see that each one of these masks actually represents one of the political leaders of France at the time, and you know, Gustave was literally the guy who designed the Eiffel Tower, pulled into an alternate dimension to face his demons, or like, I don't really want a literal explanation for a lot of things. I just kind of want to sit with it for a while. Does that make sense? Like, because there's something about the mystery of it all, the abstraction of it all, the unknowability of it all, that actually is making the whole game feel so much more intriguing. Let's see. Sorry, it says, in the remake for the 3DS, they changed the Zora. Oh, yeah, the Zora controls, and that made people upset. And the Ganon fight in OOT isn't as dark, and that upset people. But the music from my memory is unchanged. Yeah, have we talked about Nerel's video? There's a YouTuber called Nerel, Nerrel, who did a video that's called, Was Majora's Mask a Good Remake? And I was fascinated by the changes that they made and the things that were different in that. I'd be curious to know your thoughts on that video. I feel like we talked about it before, but I don't remember what you said. And then Yagami says, James telling Eddie, you think you can just kill people? It's extremely funny. Yeah. There's so many, like, James lines that I loved from that. Like, when he tries to be tough talking to Pyramid Head, and he's just like, now it's time to end this. And then when he first finds the radio, the way he says, what the? Like, that little what the has become like a pretty common saying in my household over the years. And then Saria says, but they did add something where if you play Majora's Mask without OOT, when you learn the Song of Storms, it says you learned it. Oh, that's cool. As opposed to Link remembered it. Oh, I love that. That's a really great detail. He who lives in between, behind his veil, emotions swell. For a life forced to paint, what is he but a reflection of? I definitely feel pretty sad for these guys. Oh, beautiful.
Je suis prête.
I don't know why I did that. That just seemed like a fun thing to do for some reason. Do I know who Joel Goldberg is? I'm afraid I do not know who Joel Goldberg is. Who is Joe Goldberg? I'm just gonna check my messages here real quick.
Je crois que c'était le dernier. On devrait avoir notre chance contre l'Axon maintenant.
Répondons à l'invitation qu'il nous a lancée.
Okay. So yeah, he's in the series U. Oh, I haven't heard of that. At least I haven't seen it for sure. Well, I don't know if I'll finish the Axon boss fight tonight, depending on how hard it is, because I'm very tired. But let's see. Saria says, honestly, I feel like most of the 3DS changes are just better for convenience. I mean, the arrow controls. Yeah, that's something that he praised, actually. He was like, we should have had this the whole time. Something like that. Arrow controls are a lot more fluid, yeah, compared to the jank. Absolutely. Oh, hi, friend. I'm starting to think I have maybe a guess of who this is supposed to be. Intriguing, but highly disturbing. I'm probably gonna need to swap out characters. Yeah. As much as I've been enjoying playing with these guys, I think I need a slightly optimized team back. Wait, no. Yeah, I still think that Ciel is a more reliable choice just right now. Why is that all like that? Okay, here we go. Oh, wait. I remember you asking me about somebody versus Dexter in the past. I know we talked about Dexter versus Hannibal. Maybe that was the other guy that you were asking me about.
Qu'est-ce que ça signifie, celui qui garde la vérité par le mensonge?
Ce que ça sous-entend, rien de plus, rien de moins.
Mais garde dans le sens de protéger ou de contrôler?
Oui.
I love Monaco. That was such a me sort of answer. Oh, I have to actually commit the points I forgot. Okay. Getting everybody up to 50. Getting there. Same thing with you. Okay. And I don't think I'm going to mess with skills right now, although she does have this, but I'm switching to the other characters for now. He has 8. Waiting for this. She has 7. I'm waiting for... Oh, this. I can do that. Combustion. Zooms up to 10. Oh, well, I don't need that right now. So, yeah, I'll save it up. I mean, I guess I'll just spend it so I don't have them just sitting there or whatever. But, yeah. And as for you... Yep, don't have to worry about this now. Okay, time to go. Oh, the show Dexter, but Joe is above both versions. So I just don't see where that's fair. So now I have another franchise that I need to dip my toes into. I've seen some Dexter clips randomly. They came up on my feed. Looks like a good show, but I don't know enough about it to say. Damn, this is fucking cool. Oh, you didn't like that?
Tu l'as mis en pétard.
Yeah, I think so. Good job, CL. All you had to do was follow the damn train. I mean, put on the damn mask. Okay, so let's see. Ooh, that's cool. It's got a mirror there. I love it. Well, I'm starting strong. Oh, what? Damn, okay. So the fight's already halfway over. Oh, right. This was supposed to be the easier one anyway. Nice. Okay. I might gotta seriously beat this on the first turn. It would be hilarious. No, not quite. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. You can come back. Maybe I spoke too soon. Oh, right. I forgot about that other guy.
Les gens désirent tellement savoir ce qui se cache derrière le masque. Devant, derrière, recto, verso. Le grand art est à la fois une fenêtre et un miroir. Que ce soit votre masque ou le leur.
Offensif, hein?
C'est lui, l'Axon.
Mon enfant, nous portons tous un masque. Mais dans quel but?
Nice. Okay. Oh my god. This is awesome. Oh, look, the masks on his chest are like writhing and on his arms or on his legs as well. That's such a fucking cool design. I thought I was gonna get away easy. No such luck. Oh, interesting. Very nice, very nice. I'm guessing it's not a coincidence that he fights with a long blade and a short blade as well.
Je vous vois tous.
Weak against dark, okay. So I'm guessing he's probably going to be strong against light, but let's see. So 3 of those. Okay, okay. Looking okay so far. He's still not all that difficult. I'm saying that now. I hope I don't curse myself or whatever, but... So far, everything seems fairly reasonable. I'm guessing it would have been much harder if I had not destroyed the other masks and also had done this guy first, as opposed to the other Axon. Oh, cool. That's an interesting idea for an attack as well. I think I'm gonna just save up. Yeah, not bad. Okay. See, that felt pretty fair. The attacks that I missed there felt like they were kind of my own fault, if that makes sense. Oh, the yeah, the shields that he's gained. Very clever. I like that. Okay. Let's see. Yep, let's do that. This guy has to be connected to Verso in some way, right? This doesn't make sense if he's not. But I don't know how. Nice, okay. Nice. He's got legs like him from Powerpuff Girls. Oh my god, I haven't thought of that show in a long time. But yes, you're absolutely right. I know what you mean. Yeah, CL is such a goat. Dexter's one of the cringiest characters. Interesting. I hadn't heard that before. Why do you think that is the case?
Non, attendez.
Tout le monde porte un masque.
Monaco's like, yeah, not me.
Ce masque ne me fera rien. Parce qu'il est moi.
Hmm. Was it just me, or did the face right in the middle of his chest seem more real for a second, like more fleshy?
Ça va? Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé?
L'Axon est vaincu. Rapportons ça au conservateur.
Get the foot. Get the foot, quick, before it disappears.
C'était Verso, n'est-ce pas? Renoir.
What do you mean, sir? Okay, well, I think that is an excellent place to wrap things up for the evening. Well, oh, sorry, there's a cutscene.
C'est encore toi? Mais qui est...
Maël.
Qu'est-ce que tu as vu cette fois?
Je sais pas trop. Une femme. Elle était... Pourquoi je continue à voir ces trucs? Qui êtes-vous?
Well, that was fucking awesome. Oh damn, okay. Wait, but I don't want to face her yet. I want to go explore more stuff.
Vos rimes me manquent.
Oh, sorry.
Moi aussi.
Tu savais que c'est...
Sérieux?
François était sûr
Attends, François a ses propres pierres.
parce qu'on est copains.
Okay, so I don't want to get involved in all of the different stories right now. Yeah, that boss fight was really cool visually. I think I maybe spoiled it a little bit for myself by doing the other one first, but that's okay. Very interested in the story revelations there. I'm guessing that was the paintress that just showed up and pushed us out, but I'm not sure. I'm very interested to see where things go. I feel like overall, it's the game continues to kind of push boundaries and surprise me, and I won't be surprised if I'm surprised again, surprisingly. But that's going to be it for me for this evening. I hope you guys enjoyed the show, so to speak. I hope you guys are doing well and have a great rest of your week. This Sunday, 6 p.m. EST, I'm going to be talking again about Naruto. I'm going to be going back into the waters of universal/multiversal Naruto. I'm responding to a video by Key, and then I think by... I have a few videos actually to talk about over the next couple of weeks before we go back into debate analysis and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to returning to that topic after a little while away, so to speak. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. Feel free to hop into the Discord with any conversations or ideas of things you want to share. And again, thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you have a great rest of your day and week and all of that sort of thing. Goodbye.